guys? It is Armin with Gaming, and we are coming back at you with another stream. I'm going to be doing The Last of Us 2 this time, and the goal for today's stream is to highlight what I love about the game, why I believe the game is a masterpiece, what the show can definitely do better, definitely for sure what the show can do better, and why I strongly like and certain aspects I dislike about the show, to share my honest and pretty straight up opinion on it all, especially being with my experience in the Last of Us games and now watching a good amount of the show and seeing the differences and comparing both, right?
I don't know what happened. I was supposed to take her to the Fireflies and walk away. You go halfway across the country with someone. She needed her immunity to mean something. Maybe I was starting to buy into that old cure business. Maybe I just wanted to do right by her.
So here, right, just like they did in the show, right? They highlight his guilt in the show. Pedro Pascal, I think his name was, did very good highlighting Joel's grief and Joel's character and how he was.
The only catch, it would kill her. Sweet Jesus.
Doctor?
What are you doing?
So, with that being said, yeah, this is
our future. Think
this
of all
is
the
why
lives we'll
Abby
save.
kind of came after him. For any of those watching the show, for those who hasn't already watched the show, don't know anything about the series, that's a huge spoiler.
What do you do?
I saved her.
So, he does save her because in the very beginning of the first game, he hated her, didn't give a fuck about nobody. He was on his smuggler stuff, just trying to get the guns from the Fireflies, right? They developed a bond, and over time, he had found his purpose again. The purpose that was taken from him when Sarah died in the very beginning of the first game, and which was highlighted in the show as well. And this is him now escaping the Fireflies hospital and everything. So as far as the show goes, they have kept on par with a lot of the story, and it has been great. The first season of the show has been great. The first season, I don't really have any qualms about. The first season of The Last of Us was absolutely amazing. It was very good. They changed a few things from the game, but really not much. But in the second season,
That's a lot.
there were a lot of changes or certain things that
Where's
we
the
kind of
other
had to
now?
look at and be like, damn, well, we're going to have to
I told her they just
accept
ran
these
some tests.
changes, you know?
I told her her immunity meant nothing.
And she believed you?
I didn't say otherwise.
We should head back.
So as you guys can see here, if I'm not mistaken, or I don't really remember, I believe Joel had this talk inside the town in the show. These guys had the talk out in one of their outpost patrols on a horse and stuff. So if you come and look out here, you can kind of see that during their patrol, they killed infected out here, and they cleared another area over towards Jackson. So there's a lot that has that the game definitely covers down on detail, scenery, shading, graphics. Naughty Dog definitely put a lot into it, right? And being able to reciprocate a game like this into a show would require a extensive budget, right? And I think the show did a very good job in making. Hold on, I gotta change my controls. Give me a sec. I just realized I still have my controls from my other game. Because I usually play with different controls when I'm playing competitively. Versus in The Last of Us, the controls that they already have already built in already match exactly how I play. For example, I do use my L1 for my run. So as you guys can see, yeah, that's Jackson, right? This is like pretty much the dam or the area where they built out in the middle of nowhere. And they excavated and expanded since then. So now they're running their patrols, peaceful area. They managed to create their own society at the end of the world. Very similar to how the show is, like almost exact. I think the issue with the show was definitely the casting and the vibe the show was setting, right? For example, Bella Ramsey was absolutely amazing in the first season. She made honestly the perfect young Ellie. I think in a sense, and a lot of people are probably going to agree with me on this, I think it was not the greatest move to keep her casted as she is to do older Ellie. It's the same thing with who they casted for Abby, right? Which I'm not sure what her name is, but if anybody's ever played the games, they know that Abby is absolutely no fucking joke. She's got her braid. She's always had when she was a kid. She's awk as fuck. She's muscular. She gets it going, She doesn't play no games at all. So she's as serious as they come, right? And in the show, she looks like some super duper young childlike girl. And I think that was due to the fact that I was told that the actual actress who did play Abby's character had received unalive threats and stuff like that to her character if she decided to step up and take the role by men who are misogynistic, sexist, bigots, the whole nine, causing her to back down from the role, causing them to bring a new casting to the show. Now the thing is, the Last of Us show would have been an excellent introduction to what
About what we were talking about earlier.
it could be. It would have been an excellent introduction to the game. Could have brought more people onto
Can't
Naughty
say it
Dog's
was
team,
done
the whole nine, right? But that's fine, Like, it's really not a bad show. I think it's great. But when you compare a show like that to a masterpiece of a game, the show is always going to be in the shadows, no matter what we do, right? And it's like, that's why I try not to be too hard to criticize the show like everybody else has been, because there are more positives and pros to the show than there are cons. The only cons would be the casting, how they change certain characters, they change certain perspectives. Um, the show's a little more happy-go-lucky versus the game. The game's a lot more brutal and to the point. It's not a joke, right? And as you guys can see here, remember I told you Bella Ramsey looks like she's still, you know, or they are, whatever she or he or they want to identify as, right? Um, they still look relatively young. So having them play as older 18, 19-year-old Ellie is something. Now here's an example. This is Ellie when she's still younger. This is probably, I think, maybe a few months after he broke her out of the Fireflies or whatever, and she's gotten acclimated to her life, right? You could see she's got her posters up and stuff, which means that she's probably been there for some time, right?
Jesus. Almost gave me a heart attack.
I tried knocking, but
They did something really good in the show, though.
Hey,
The person who voice acts Ellie,
Hey.
she was actually in the show as the mother who gave birth
what's up,
to
Joel?
Ellie. And that was actually her voice actress. If you listen to her
Chicken.
closely, she sounds exactly like the mother from the show.
Looks
So I
good.
thought that was pretty good, you know. So
Talking
there
about
was little
how
things
impressed
that the
they
show
are
did in the
with
first season that was
you
absolutely
and
fantastic.
how well you're helping out.
As I said, Pedro Pascal
Good.
definitely presented Joel very well. I think the other actor
Tommy and I
that
went out riding
represents
the other day,
Tommy
and
also did very well. I wish I had the
he,
names. I'll be honest, I'm not really big into looking up who plays
he
what
told me a
role.
joke, and I thought
I
about you.
like to revel
So,
in the fantasy of it all and not really get to necessarily know the
shit,
real
I forgot.
people, even though that's what a lot of people will do.
Something about a clock.
Um,
Had
I'm
me
more
Joel,
so into look into the
it's,
story and everything.
It's pretty late and I gotta get up in a few hours.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna get out of your hair. I just I want to show you something. Just give me 1
So,
second.
as you can see, you can tell that it's still kind of fresh, the wound of how she feels after Joel pretty much lied to her
What's
and
this?
said that they didn't need her for the cure. Because the
Some
truth
folks
was,
want
Ellie
to
didn't
stand
really
here a guitar.
want to live anymore, right?
Funny.
And she would rather have been
You want
killed
some?
to save humanity and find a cure. And
Okay.
Joel wanted to keep her alive because he loved and cared for her, didn't want to lose her. Basically, she's the next Sarah, or is the next Sarah, you know?
Promise
So,
me
comes down to a lot.
that you won't laugh.
I think that
I'll laugh.
the bond that they highlight in the show is very
Oh.
similar to the game, so I think they did good on that.
I'm trusting you.
And that's another perspective that I could bring forth and say, you know. All right, we're gonna play this guitar.
If I ever were to lose you, I'd surely lose myself. Everything I have found here, I'm not found by myself. Try and sometimes you'll succeed to make this man of me. All my stolen missing parts, I've no need for any more. As I believe, and I believe, 'cause I can see our future days, days of you and me.
So, Joel, when he was younger, he says this in the first game. He always wanted to be a singer, guitarist, you know, country singer or whatever. Kind of one of his dreams, right? He ended up making that song as a way to express himself.
Well,
And he's pretty tough at
that didn't
expressing
suck.
himself, you know?
I'll take what I can get.
So, and that's him pretty much just showing her that he cares about her, trying to pretty much make up for the lie he's done
She's
and
yours.
you know what he told her and stuff, you know. And
No. No. I don't know the first thing
I
about
promised
this.
that I'd teach you how to play.
You did.
so,
What do you say tomorrow night? First lesson?
Deal.
so after that, it kind of kicks off later, right? And then you'll see, like right now, as she's still
Okay.
young, Ellie, they're still close, everything's still good, right?
Did
You,
Do you remember the joke?
What is the downside to eating a clock? It's time consuming.
That's so dumb.
Yeah.
One thing Naughty Dog's also always been good at is storytelling. They've only gotten better over the years after
Good night.
Uncharted. You know, crazy how you go from Crash Bandicoot to games like Uncharted and The Last of Us. They've really stepped their game up throughout all the years that I have known about Naughty Dog. Um, what's quite interesting about all this is that, as I said, this all highlights the bond and everything and the game, and then it'll fast forward, and then things will be a little different. So now we start the actual game. It's like I said, the show did a lot of things right. There really wasn't many things wrong with the show necessarily, but as time goes on, and now it's 4 years later, I think she's either 18 or 19, somewhere around there. Now you can see she's older. So if you look at her, she doesn't look so childlike
Hey,
anymore.
Morning.
sorry, I totally overslept. Just give me a minute and I'll get dressed.
I heard you had quite a night after I left.
She kissed me. It was just Dina being Dina.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't mean
The show
anything bad.
highlighted this part pretty well. I think Bella Ramsey
Was
definitely
talking
acted this
about
out
your fight
well.
with Seth, wait,
And
you kissed Dina?
Oh. I thought this.
We're broken up 1 week and you make a move on my girl?
No. She was probably just trying to make you jealous. I would never. Oh, fuck, this is so
I'm
dude,
messing with you, man.
Jesse from the show, they did
don't
get
care.
him right. I won't
Get
lie.
dressed.
The actor who does
Gross.
Jesse from the show is fucking on
It's
point,
kind of fucked up you did that.
dude.
Stuff together, we're already late.
Smells fine.
So from here, you'll get her jacket, you'll get her stuff. If you guys kind of look around the room, you can see the stuff she's interested in. She's obviously a big geek. See, thoughts 20 about goodbye talk. Is it the end, my friend? That's funny as hell. She found all these posters. She's always been super interested in space. So you see like little things, man, you're gonna start to notice about Ellie that you'll start to see, right? That maybe the show will somewhat highlight, but I feel like the game does a better job at highlighting this stuff, right?
Sure.
So yeah. But you can kind of like see without too much detail what Ellie is interested in, her pantry, how she lives her life, how her place looks in the garage right across the way. She's got a TV. Look, if you guys look over here, nice little detail, PlayStation 3. You want to know why the PlayStation 3 is here? Because that's when The Last of Us Part 1 came out. I believe it was on the PlayStation 3 or 4. I'm pretty sure it was the 3. So they put that there as like a little memento. So you see, it's little fucking things like that, man. But when you got a show, there's a lot of copyright and a lot of like, oh, can't do this, can't do that. That's exclusive VR product, blah blah blah, so on and so forth. You know, dude, her knife
Jola?
is so goated.
Got reports of infected out north. You sent him and Tommy out early to scout.
So
That sucks.
Yeah. Can't imagine they got much sleep. Definitely not as much as you.
Shut up. I was just about to get up. I was.
You got everything?
Yes.
all right, we're good to go.
Heads up. You're the talk of the town this morning.
What?
Let me see if I got this right. You kissed Dina,
She kissed me.
which triggered Seth to call you a not so nice word.
Yep.
Then Joel decked him,
More of a push.
and then you got mad at Joel. That part confused me.
It was a strange night, man.
Sounds exciting.
So you can see, even in the middle of wintertime, they're still growing their veggies out. They have a community. They're self-sustainable, right?
Maria wants a word with you.
These little things you won't see in the show,
The diner.
possibly due to budget.
Is this about Seth?
No clue.
Just tell her you never saw me.
But
Nope.
that's what
She
happens when you have
fucking
nothing.
loves
Excuse me?
That's what happens when you have nothing but time to work on a game like this. You can turn your digital reality
Hey,
or your digital fantasy into, in a sense, reality, right? And that's why the game, another reason why the game's a masterpiece versus a show. I'm not gonna sit here and say the show is rushed, but you gotta remember when it comes down to real life, there are limitations versus when you
hey,
create something
so
digitally. So I try not to
we're
compare
okay.
it too hard, but I won't lie, right?
You and me? Yeah, of course. Dina and I are done.
I know. It's just I don't want you to think.
Ellie, we're cool. Promise.
Thanks.
So you see the kids, you'll see like at the end of the world, it doesn't look like the end of the world. You would think this is some regular old town. You would never guess that outside of this town is some of the most dangerous areas you could be. They got working trucks with plows, they have gas, they have stop signs, they have streets, they have electricity,
Hey,
they
Ellie.
have a community of people,
The hardware store out on 191.
they got dogs, like the
Hey,
show.
Tommy. Yeah, get a good scratch.
I won't lie, the scene when the infected came to Jackson and they fought the infected, I thought that was a very interesting twist to the show. Being you never really see the town actually get attacked, right?
Oh, hi.
In the show, and you don't. I mean, in the game, and you don't see much of the town after this part, right? Once you get out and you do your patrols, you really don't come back here for a while. You end up going to Seattle and everything, just like in the show, so on as well, so on and so forth.
Want to grab some breakfast?
No. Where's Maria?
In the back.
As I said, you guys are gonna see, right? Casting options are a lot different. This is the town.
Excuse me.
Ellie, there you are. Come here.
That's Maria. All right. Like I said, nothing wrong with the casting choices. I was cool with it. You know what I mean?
Want to hear what that big
And there's a lot of
Do it for me.
there's a lot of shows and stuff that change casting consistently, right?
Seth.
But
Seth, come here.
ultimately, when it comes down to it, right? A lot of the gaming people would prefer most of the original because nostalgic. We fell in love with the game and everything.
Look, last night I was drinking too much.
They did this part really
Sure.
well in the show as well.
I'm trying to say I'm sorry. Maria tells me that you and Dina are headed out. I made you some sandwiches.
Okay.
Or steak.
So steak sandwiches are
Thank you,
extremely
Seth.
rare at the end of the world. That's not something that's openly available.
Well, you be safe out there.
Yep.
I appreciate that.
What you got there?
Bigot sandwiches.
Smells good.
They're yours.
You sure?
It's fine.
Let me walk you out.
Okay.
I will be honest. I would have ate that fucking sandwich. I'll be honest. I mean, at the end of the world, it's steak.
When you go out, I want
Are you
you to
fucking
trade
kidding
off
me?
with Tommy and Joel.
Hell yeah, I would have ate that
The
shit.
boys have been up for far
I would
too long.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Where do I meet them?
But you know,
If you go up to the
Ellie's a
Northwest
little more
Lookout, we're
hardcore.
scheduled to arrive later today. Watch yourself. There's too many sightings of infected recently.
Of course. I was gonna check out the creek trails. I'll need someone else to cover it.
Ellie, you know the creek trails?
Not really.
Dina's done it a bunch. I'll have the two of them take it.
Well, that solves that.
oh, this is when you'll start to learn Dina in the
Ellie.
game. And you see
I
Dina
thought
in
you
the
were saying-
game's pretty different than in the show
What's up,
to an extent.
Look, I don't know what's going on.
And
with
the
you and
actress
Joel.
who
Maria?
Guy really cares about you. And I'm sure he didn't mean to.
We're fine.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So for anybody who hasn't
Sorry,
played the
Brian.
game or doesn't know much about the show,
It's
you'll
okay.
find out why she's pretty upset with Joel, and as I
Dina,
said, because
assignments.
she ends up finding out the narrative
Look at your
behind why
girlfriend
she's
at
still
the
alive.
tables,
Now this is Dina,
Dina,
and if you see her, she's
can I talk to you?
I'm not sure what her background is, but
Hey, guys!
to me,
I'm tapping out. Come on. How long?
she looks in a sense, Middle Eastern, but I'm not sure, right? But this is Dina. This is the Dina we know. The one
Hey.
from the show,
Hey.
she didn't do terrible. The actress did great. I just think the narrative is a little too
I just wanna say sorry
happy-go-lucky.
for running off last night.
And you gotta remember that
Oh, it's okay. I totally get it.
these two are like seasoned killers
felt
who
bad.
fight infected and do patrols, and
Why?
still the end of the world, so things could be a little
'Cause I
grim, right?
started the whole thing.
Versus the show, it's a little more go on an adventure, and you're in the middle of enemy territory, acting like you're not
Still, I
in
don't want
danger.
you to
No, I'm
You'll
not
see.
reading into it or
We'll get
anything.
to that part.
You know what I love about you? How you let me finish my sentences.
All right. Well, we should probably get going.
Ow!
What the fuck?
I'm not even playing! Because you're a chicken? You're a chicken!
I hate this kid so much.
You want to fuck him up?
Yeah, I do.
All right, so here's like the nice little tutorial mission. Like I said, the game. One thing the games are really good at doing, right, is giving.
Gotcha! We're on the board, suckers!
It's giving you a tutorial, like, you know, when they get close, you notice you'll get a lock on right there.
Eat that! Oh, I'm coming for you, Tiny! Oh, you like that? Boom! Eat snow, you little shit! Oh, suck
So
it!
as you guys can see, I'm pretty seasoned in this. So, oh,
Damn! Arm on that kid.
I was hoping I can get this flawless, but I guess I'm not getting it flawless, right?
I see you!
I usually like to stay in this area. And it's funny because the kids move like the enemies in the game, the human enemies you'll be fighting.
What you like for real? Come on!
Oh shit.
Your parents don't love you! Ow!
Ah,
I know where you live, Alex!
that's it. But then they got 4 hits on me.
Hey! How's it feel?
There it is.
No! Get her! Help me! You'll never get away with this! Get off of her, you monsters!
All right, we actually have some work to do. Scram.
Man!
I guess I asked for that, huh? Yep. Let's go.
So there it is. So they'll teach you how to throw, how to dodge, how to climb, little things, and as you play throughout the game, you'll start to highlight that. So I really like that they did that.
Relieve Joel and Tommy.
Oh, that's nice you assigned us together. You're gonna like this.
But to finish the show, basically, based on what I've seen so far, they did a lot of things good. Just, I think the biggest issue with season 2 was truly the casting, man, and it sucks because of how people are in society and how they don't want to. Some people don't want to see a strong, independent woman like Abby or someone who's capable of, from the opposite sex, of being able to keep up with men. I think that's really bullshit, in my opinion. I'm not sexist in any sort of way or misogynistic in any sort of way. I don't even believe in gender roles. I think that women are capable of doing what we can do with enough training and resiliency and building themselves up. They can definitely do it. I mean, I've seen it when I had my time in the service. I'd seen women
Look who
do
decided to
12-mile
join us.
rucks in 2 hours and 50 minutes.
One for
Okay,
you.
with 45 to 60 pounds of gear. I watched women run as fast as I could, running
One for you.
13-minute 2-milers. Okay, I watched them pick up as much as I could. I watched some of them shoot even better than
Settle
I
down,
did.
children.
And that really
All right.
changed my perspective
You all know the
on
drill.
a woman's capabilities
routes,
and what they can
mark your
do.
log
And I
books,
really feel like
clear
it's
any
kind of fucked
infected
up
you see.
that people
You run into
are out
anything
there
you can't
and think
handle.
that because
You come back. Be smart about it.
like of
All right.
how women are born, that they're born
going.
supposedly weaker than us physically, that some men believe that women are below men, and I think that shit is bullshit, and I don't support that narrative at all. You know, and for anybody who does, you know, you can suck it, dude. Straight up. You can suck it. You can suck it hard. You can suck it all day and night. But you can. That's how I feel about it. You know, I just think that it's a very narrow-minded way of thinking, and I feel that men like that shouldn't be in society. Now look, we're gonna go over to Abby now, right? Love this. This is the original group of Fireflies that came looking for Joel, right? Just like in the show. They got most of these guys right. Nora, Manny, all of them, right? Owen, most of them look, right? This is Abby. Not some little cutesy little girl. This is Abby. Alright? And she's a hardcore fucking chick. And she comes from a war-torn city. She came all the way out here to look for Joel. To get, you know, what she needs to get done. And if you look at her, she ain't small. She's not innocent. She's a soldier. A soldier of battle, a soldier of war. And she did what she needed to do to build herself up to be able to complete whatever mission she needs to complete. Whatever narrative it is. Now, I won't lie. There are a lot of people that hate Abby because of what she did to, you know, Joel and everything, just like in the show, right? I'm gonna be honest. I'm an Abby fan. I think Abby's great. I'm not against Ellie or Joel necessarily, right? But if you guys actually play through the whole game and get the full narrative, you're gonna see that there was a lot of wrong that Joel and Ellie did. There was a few wrongs that Abby did. Even coming out here was already in itself in a wrong, but this teaches the lesson: an eye for an eye makes the whole world blind.
Teeth grinding thing.
Where have you been?
Grab your gear. I want to show you something.
What?
Trust me.
So you can see she's pretty masculine, and that's what a lot of people did not like about Abby, that she was strong, muscular. She had a strong demeanor and narrative, you know, and there were a lot of people when this game first came out, a lot of men specifically, and some women, that said that it's not possible for a woman to look like that and be built like that, and like a lot of people didn't believe it's possible, but here's the thing, it's very possible. Anybody can get built like this, man or female. It's just all about your commitment, right? So it's getting that done. So, like I said, Abby, definitely one of my favorites of all time. I think she's a great character. I think her character development is so badass. I mean, if it wasn't for the fact of what she did, a lot of people would really fucking like her. I still like her regardless.
You too?
I feel like the farther south we go, the prettier it's gotten.
You want to keep going? Just drive all the way to Mexico?
I've thought about it.
You can see Manny's hometown.
Yeah, I don't see that living up to his stories somehow.
Yeah, no, probably not.
As you guys can see, right?
You did all this in the dark?
And this is from my training being in, right? You could see that Owen came this way the first time, and then he followed the same tracks back. You know what I'm saying? Because if you guys look, right? You got the tracks, and you notice he didn't leave a second pair of tracks until we came back this way. See, it's small details like that I love about this fucking game. Because in the military, right, we were taught that when we're moving in big formations, it's better to move in a file. And the way that
she seemed out of it these past few days.
And the way that you see how I'm following him and I'm kind of following his tracks and stuff. The reason we did files in formation, like what you see now, is because we didn't, if we were being tailed by the enemy or somebody was in the area scouting, trying to find out what our manpower was, right? We would roll in a file so that they couldn't predict how many people were actually in our formations or how many people we actually have.
What? No. You wish.
I've had my fill. Thank you.
Ouch.
We can't all be as graceful as you.
Clearly.
What is that?
You'll be fine.
It's too high.
She's also really scared of heights, and I'm not gonna lie, so am I. I don't really like being in high places. And you can see like how her body tenses up. Look at how big her eyes are, how she's looking down. Like she's terrified. I love these small details about the game.
Eyes on me. Abby. Stop looking down.
So it's little things like that, man. Little details, and that's what makes this game a masterpiece.
Consider it an opportunity to work on your fears.
Let's not mention the combat's absolutely amazing in this game. I actually do enjoy it, how you can throw hands, how you can pick up items and fight, because in real life it's like that. And then I like these two's bond. Yeah, you can tell like there's still something between them. But I think it was her that broke up with Owen, not the other way around. Or I think Owen might have broke up with her. I'm not sure. I don't exactly remember how it went, but I'm only going to assume it's because of what she's been trying to do.
We made it.
Holy shit. It's a fucking city.
Yeah.
Have you told anyone else?
Wanted you to see it first.
So they're
Saw our
scouting.
patrol go from town to
And
an
you already know
outpost
who they're looking
over
for.
there.
If you haven't already watched the
A
show,
few more outposts
you already
in
know.
between. They have electricity, guns. It's a lot of people.
We can figure it out.
Okay. Assuming he's in there, how do we get to him?
We can corner one of the patrols and get confirmation, and then, I don't know, maybe find a way to lure him out.
Yeah, okay. Sure they'll be happy to offer that information up.
Well, then we make them.
You hear yourself?
Okay, what do you want to do? What is going on with you?
So you can see there's doubt on his face.
Mel's pregnant.
And he's also got that going on.
Oh. Okay.
It's not just that, though.
Should I say congrats?
When everyone else sees this, they're gonna want to turn back.
We can convince him, right? I fucking knew I couldn't count on you.
Abby, I want what you want. But not at any cost. Hey,
Don't.
see you back at the lodge.
So he knows when she gets like this, she's driven and focused, right? And she gets pissed. He knows to leave her alone, obviously because of their history, right? But you can see it like how she's focused. She doesn't really care what she has to do to complete her goal, you know? And it's a really good introduction to this character because long before we find out what she actually does, right? We're trying to figure out who this chick is. You know what I mean? Where she came from and who these people are. You don't know in the beginning who they are. You just know they're like cool people so far, you know? Alright, so now it's finding our way back out of this shit. And we're gonna find it, right? I had trouble last time figuring this out, but I think I'm gonna figure this out quicker this time, so I'm pretty sure this is where I'm going. Up here. And I'm pretty sure I'm running and jumping over this cliff right here. So, and I think that's how I'm gonna get through, yep. I remember I had trouble finding this the first time, but we're good now, right? We're looking around, we're checking around. And seeing where we're going next, you know? So all I can really say is that, yes, man, like, you can see the environment, you see the cold, you see they came all the way out of here just to, like, kind of get shit going. And then they give you small tutorials to kind of teach you some of the controls and everything. So I really like that about this game, you know? So obviously, when we're in Uncharted... So the thing is, I don't really think that she's over Owen, you know what I'm saying? But give me a second, you guys, you know? infected. All right. All right. So we got infected, right? Or it looks infected, right? So normally, if I was in a situation like this in real life, right, I would kind of move quietly, keep my eyes trained on them, check from the foot up or head down, and then I'm going to move to the left. There's obviously another one right there, right? So usually with situations like this, if I knew they were infected, I really would double check the body. I would like probably hit it, you know, or slam it over the head with something, maybe a stick or something. Like, you see how she checked with her foot? Now, if he would have grabbed her, it would have been a wrap, right? I'll be honest, I would have took my whole boot and slammed that shit right into his head. Straight up, just stomped his whole head like dink, just to see if he would wake up. If he doesn't wake up, fine. We're going to move into the next area, right? You see all these other bodies? Obviously, we can't check every other body. So we see infected left and right, frozen up. Bro, I would want to get the fuck out of here as quickly as possible. So, you know, that's when I'll kind of like creep through a little quietly and see what's going on, right? Obviously, I have to go up this way.
That's a lot of them.
You know, a lot of them pretty much either froze to death or whatever case may be. This would be tough to check each body, so you would probably want to get through this area quick. So I would try to get through here quickly if I was doing this in real life. Kind of slide on through the cracks in the patrols and go from there, you know. And then obviously if I saw like a frozen infected like that, which looks crazy, right? I'm not gonna lie, I would have definitely like, yeah, that's some scary shit right there. You know what I mean? Like, that's just scary, dude. Because once you get scratched or infected, it's a wrap, right? If that ever happens to me, bro, I'll be honest, I'm putting myself out. Straight up. Just so I don't infect anybody else. But as you can see by their faces, they definitely froze to death. Because you gotta remember, infected or not, they still have human bodies, right? Oh, so there it is. Get this motherfucker off of us, right? So some still survived. Alright, here we go. Now we're into shit. Come on, bitch, let's go. Yep, there we go. Boom, there you go. You saw what she just did there? She kneed him in the back of his neck, okay, and severed his spine. If I had like, this is why I would always have like a club or something. You know, if ever, right? I would have a knife or a club or something just to deal with them. And I can hear them from here, right? I wouldn't use my gun. I'd use my dodging capabilities. Create a little bit of distance. There you go. Boot them down. And it's crazy because she's really scrapping. Dink. So obviously you still got infected. I got hurt.
My shoulder.
And then from the fall, right? First thing I'll do is, yeah, I could use the med kit. I normally would save it, but you're going to have to use it in this part. Otherwise, that will never leave your menu, so that's what kind of sucks, right? I would double check each body afterwards. Make sure they're dead, even if they're bleeding out. In real life, I would, like, double check, right? I'd look around, check my surroundings quickly, see if there's any more, and then I'm gone. Alright. So once that's done, obviously we see a cabin. I'm checking each corner, checking windows, checking the trees, checking the bushes, right? I'm moving quietly, right? Obviously the flashlight, right? I'm not going to have a flashlight right away, right? So first thing I'll do is I'll look for an opening like that, right? Or an opening like this, right? Obviously there's some glass in the window, so we're going to go this way. Maybe I'll use the garbage cans, right? And then I'll climb in. That's when I'll use my flashlight, right? As soon as I get in, I'm going to check my corners, right? All right, check all corners, check the ceiling, check to see if there's anything in. We're going to roll through, right? We're going to be quiet, just in case there's any other infected, right? So once I realize the room is clear, we're going to turn off the flashlight, so we don't alert anybody else in possibly the next room, right? And I'll check my corners, right? So this will be one of the corners that I'll check, you know, seeing what's going on, whatever. Seeing if there's anybody over here. We're good, right? I'm going to search this room now because we know we're clear this room. All right, we know we're clear ceiling. We don't see anything in the window. Doors blocked off. We're good. We're moving to the next room. We're going to move quietly. Next room, we're going to use what we call our listening mode. Listening mode is going to enable us to hear what's going on. I don't hear anything. Check the corner over here. Go lean against that door. Check. Lean back this way. We're going to check this corner, right? Come in. Not seeing anything. We already cleared this. I see something on the table. We're going to come for that in a moment, right? And we're going to check around. So far, the place looks abandoned, but there was infected nearby, so that can't be the last of them, right? We found more ammo. It'd be easy to use a gun, but you got to remember, right? We're in enemy territory. The last thing you want to fucking do is ever shed a firearm in, one, the mountains where it's snowing and it's, you know, you could possibly trigger an avalanche, right? If you're not triggering an avalanche, if there's an enemy presence, patrol, or whatever nearby, clearing infected, whatever case may be, because we don't know how these people operate, right? The only thing we know is what Owen told us. So, because of that, we don't want to use firearms. We want to keep this shit as low-key as possible. Even if we're in the mountains, it doesn't matter, right? And like I said, this is just my training kind of like kicking in. Like, how would I do this in real life, you know? And this is how I would do it. Now, obviously, there's going to be parts in the game where they're going to force you to use your handgun. You'll see what I mean.
This is a bad idea, Abby.
You know, I use my gun. Make sure. That's an infected right there, right? You see him? Yeah, because no normal person would ever be doing some shit like that, right? Put his ass out. Make sure he's not moving. Okay, we're good. We're rolling up. I mean, obviously in real life, I wouldn't throw away a whole fucking magazine, right? But, yeah. I mean, if I can get more ammo in the gun, why not? We're going to check to see if there's any more infected. We already fired, so we're going to see, right? We're kind of in a bad spot, so we want to crawl out of here quickly. Based on what we see, he's not moving at all, so we're good. We're going to keep crawling. We're going to get up. We're going to quickly check the corner, see if there's anybody else, see if anything was tailing us, see if anything was at the fence or on the other side of the fence. We're going to keep rolling out. Check the other corner of the house. Not seeing anything. We know we're in hostile territory right now, but we're going to see, right? We haven't rechecked this side of the area. We're going to use our listening mode. Not hearing anything, we're going to climb back in. Okay? Look at that. We use our round, we end up getting reimbursed. There's a letter, but before the letter, we're going to check to see if there's any more infected. We're going to come back for the letter. First thing you want to do before you start scouring an area is you want to clear the area out, you know? You want to make sure that the area is secure before you start searching around. Last thing you want to do is go into an area where it's not secure, right? Go and scouring about and you get fucking jump scared or surprised by an enemy, you get put out. You know what I mean? So you never really want to fully step into a room. Whenever you're in enemy territory, you want to make sure that you're kind of checking the floors. You'll start by checking what's directly in front of you, your 0 meter, your 5 meter, your 10 meter, and your so on. There's a lot of situational awareness that comes down with clearing rooms and being in enemy territory. A lot of shit that I had to learn, right? Look, ultimately, because we didn't skip this area, right? Check behind us to make sure. Ultimately, because we didn't skip this area, right? Now we found extra items. So from what we're seeing, open window right there, we can climb back out, right? Probably not going to, though. Closet, not seeing anything. Seems like the area is clear. We're secure for now. We're going to go back and we're going to check that letter. All right. Let's see what it says. So anyone who reads this, my name is Seth. I'm from San Francisco. I'm trying to get to Jackson with my 2 sons. We lost our car, our compass, our guns. We were already outside of Reno. My wife, my oldest son, and my eldest were killed. That fucking blows. I don't even know how I would have been carrying on. I've been trying to follow maps, but the snow makes it impossible to hold on to the road for very long. Was hoping to wait out these storms, but my boys are starving. I haven't seen as much as a squirrel in a week. I can't sit here and watch them waste away. We're going to head out. West-northwest. I heard what sounded like gunshots over there across the ridge. Hopefully we'll find people. Hopefully they'll be kind. Please, if you read this, come find us. I think it's Wednesday. God bless you. All right. And so we're obviously going to take that letter with us, right? We're good. So it seems like we're secure here. So what's going to happen is, honestly, maybe going back out the same way we came would probably be the best bet. Right? But ultimately, this all leads to the same place. So we're going to jump out, right? We're going to double check our surroundings again. Double check the roofs. Double check around. All right, we're good. We're rolling to the next area. Slow is smooth. Smooth is fast. Make sure we keep good cover. This is going to come in handy when we fight enemies later. Okay. Fucking sliding. All right. Close. I'm going to take cover over here. All this open space right here is never good. Usually when you're a vet on a solo mission, a combat vet, you're on a solo mission, you want to make sure you make your presence as minimal as fucking possible. You never ever want to, like, make shit live, make shit hot. Obviously in this game, I got to leave a fucking path because of the snow. There's not much we can do to cover it up. You got to remember, right? We're also fighting against temperature. We're fighting against hunger. We're fighting against dehydration. We're fighting against visibility, right? All these fucking factors weigh on the scouting mission. All of it. So that's why she has her pack, making sure she's good, right? Now we got a low visibility, small crevice area, right? I usually would shine my flashlight through, kind of like check around, see, right? Obviously, it's low visibility, so we'll just squeeze through, right? Oh, fuck. You see? You see? Imagine if that runner fucking saw me, right? So remember, we got a gun. We ain't got nothing else but bare hands and muscles, right? We know the area is not secure, so we're not going to go scouring around. We're going to use our listening mode, and we're going to creep, all right? Normally, you want to check over here. You're good. All right, let's see what this infected is doing. It doesn't seem to appear to be any others that are making noise, right? Right here, we'll sneak this bitch. What we'll do is a stealth killer, right? We're going to break that neck. Click. Done. Just remember, Abby's really good at severing people's heads from their spines. She's just fucking insane. She's got the training for it, right? Obviously, these runners have visibility. So now we're going to be real careful with our flashlight, right? Now, the way that they made it, just to pause it real quick, right? The way that they made it in the game, the enemies aren't really affected by the flashlights, but I like to play realistically. Like, in a real-life situation, if you know a fucking runner has visibility, the last thing you want to do is shine a flashlight around the place if you know you got infected running around. So you kind of want to blend in with the shadows and be as cool as possible. I'm going to take a drink of water, and we're going to continue. For those watching my stream, I hope you guys are enjoying it. All right. All right. Check your corners. Now we got to be quick. A little quicker, right? We're going to use our listening mode again. We know this room is secured. We didn't check the other room yet. All right. We're going to check the corners, check the ceilings, check the stuff. All right. We never want to get trapped, right? But we found some ammo. We're going to grab that. We're going to keep moving. All right. Double check your room one more time. Make sure we didn't miss anything. That infected is dead. Mangled up. Pretty good. Good. We didn't check this room yet, right? We're not going downstairs yet. We're going to check this room. Alright. Turn back around. There you go. We're gonna creep slow. Usually infected don't roll alone, see? Fuck. Fuck. I don't know if he's turned around or not. Seems like he's moving around quite a bit. Alright. So we obviously want to be quick. There's obviously another one in the room, right? Which way is he going? Which way is he going? We're gonna catch him right now. We gotta put him out fucking quick. Put him out quick. Click. Done. Alright?
Got you.
We're gonna grab that ammo. We're gonna roll back this way. We can hear another infected in that room. Right? So we're not gonna use our flashlight at all. We know there's one in the other room. We're gonna hold our position because we're not safe, but we're at the moment for a few seconds in an area that's familiar, right? We're gonna roll back through. Okay. We're gonna check this room. Okay. There's a few ways you could deal with infected. You can lure them in with glass bottles and shit like that. I should do that a lot more. I don't though, because I feel like whenever I do that, I alert every other enemy in the area. So I don't like doing that, right? Oh, he's right there. Alright. So how I would do this is while he's looking down, I just rush him. I'd rush his ass. There you go. Broke his shits. Give me that ammo. We're good. We're gonna double check.
That's how you do it.
Yep, that's how it's done. We're gonna go back through. Thank you, Abby, for telling me that. Hell yeah, that's my homegirl, bro. I don't care what anybody says about her. I think she's a real one. So, we're already full on health. I wish we can grab more med kits, but it's not possible. Seems like the area is secure for the most part, so we're going to start looking around now. Okay? Now we can... A little bit of light discipline, right? That's what we call it. So if you guys are wondering why in the military we use red flashlights, I can kind of explain that a little bit. The reason we use red flashlights is because they are low visibility lights, meaning we got to look around, right? We're going to use the red flashlights. In the game, most Uncharted games and Naughty Dog loves their white flashlights. If this was actual military, an elite military unit trained, it would be red flashlights, NVGs, thermal, all that good shit, right? But it's the end of the fucking world. So ultimately, all that shit's not going to be just openly available to you, right? That's what it comes down to. Double check. The infected's cooked. He looks crazy. We're going to double check. We got full ammo. Wow. Okay. We're going to check around the corner. Okay.
I'm so lost.
Check this way. Alright. Obviously, the only way out of here is over this fence. So we're going to go over the fence. We're going to see what happens. Fucking A, dude. More infected.
Shit.
This is where shit gets pretty real. Fuck. I don't like when they do that shit. Hey, see, I didn't know which direction he was gonna go, right? I gotta look around. Alright, he's down, right? Now remember, infected, they don't get alerted by dead bodies, so I don't gotta worry about that as much with infected, right? But ultimately, the live enemies are what you gotta worry about. This one doesn't appear to be moving. It's fucking freezing. Now you gotta ignore the fact that you're freezing your ass to death, right? And as we said, we are in the middle of enemy territory. We don't want to alert anyone, right? So that we're gonna look through. We don't have any bricks. We don't have anything. Just a gun and a med kit, right? So we're kind of fucked right now. We gotta kind of get in close. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna go to the one infected that doesn't move. We're gonna deal with that one next. Okay? He has a good amount of cover right now. It doesn't seem like I'm gonna get spotted right away. So I can kill him right here. Hopefully one of them won't see me. There we go. We're going to use our listening mode again. That rambunctious one is going to be a problem, right? So we're going to lean right here against this car. Yeah, look how close that one is, right? And then look at that one. She almost saw me. She had to verify. There you go. That's 3. Right? Remember, we're putting their asses down, dude. Like, this is what it comes down to. There's only 1 left. We're going to keep listening, right? We don't have to kill all of them, but I plan on clearing as many as I can. I don't want any liabilities. So this teaches you to pick and choose your battles. So we're going to glide on under here, right? There you go. We got past that infected. We killed what we could. We didn't want to alert too much enemy presence. We're fucking out of here. We can avoid them. We're going to avoid as much infected as possible. That's what I would do in real life. If I knew, okay, that I could get scratched or whatever case may be, right?
Horse tracks. Where's the patrol?
See, now she's looking for a fucking patrol. That's what I'm saying. Imagine if I fired a gun. Hear me out. Imagine if I fired in real life. This is just real life scenario, right? Imagine if I fired a gun, okay? And when I fired the gun, right, there was a patrol that passed by and they heard it. What do you think happens then? My presence that's discovered. I need to figure out a story, a narrative. Why am I so well trained? Why am I so armed? If I get caught, chances are we don't know if they're going to be hostile or friendly. It's better to not be caught in the area at all. Better not to interact with anyone at all. It's better to keep any interaction to an absolute minimum.
Do you miss being with him?
With Jesse? No.
We're together for so long.
Look, Jesse's great. I love his parents. They will always be family, but we were just on autopilot.
Hey, how come we never talked about this stuff?
I don't know. It didn't feel... You never really talked to me about Kat.
Yeah, because there isn't much to talk about.
It's funny because when they were talking about Kat in the game, right?
I got the
I
impression
don't really
that
think you
like
ever
her.
really get to see her, but in the show, you get to see her. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Which is interesting. I
Well,
like that they
she's
put
a
emphasis on
talented
that.
artist. I've grown to like that tattoo of yours.
Well, that's so big of you.
And I think she wasn't right for you.
Interesting.
Shut up.
Okay.
You can tie
And then they
Shimmer up
use
here.
horses too, bro, so they can maneuver any terrain that they want. It's so smart, dude, how they're running the show out here in this game. I'm like super impressed by like how well they articulate
You want to see something
the
spectacular?
smaller details
You're
of
gonna point at
things.
your face, aren't you?
Nothing is that spectacular.
Oh, brother.
Come on, stupid.
I don't like that they leave this open though. I would honestly close this if I could, with as cold as it is, you know, because of the horses. Because you gotta remember, the infected also kill animals too. They kill anything that moves. So it is what it is. We're gonna go in here. We're gonna check around. Oh, look at that rifle ammo. There it is. We just got an extra round. So it's always good to check around. And this is an outpost, right? One of their outposts, so. I love this.
What do you think of this view, huh?
It's pretty nice.
Yeah, this route has its perks.
Where do we sign in?
Come on.
What I like about this is there isn't like a whole lot of debt. They don't oversaturate the interactions. They make the interactions just enough to where you want to know more about what they're thinking. You can kind of
Who did
see
you do
it,
this route
not
with?
everything has to be
Jesse?
painted out or talked.
Eugene.
Right. Ah, Eugene. Man, he was funny.
Oh, yeah.
Now we're getting to learn about a new character, Eugene. Somebody we don't know, but
Plus,
we know a little bit of history about.
rewiring electronics and stuff.
May we all be that sharp 73.
May we all make it to 73.
Word. See? He said, "May we all be that sharp at 73." It means Eugene was an old guy, which means he's been alive for a while, which means that he's been around the block quite a bit during the end of days. So you got to remember, now we're 24 years past the first outbreak. We're 24 years past now, and the very first infection
Sergeant.
was 20 years ago, plus the 4 years
What was
Ellie
this
took
place?
time to grow.
It used to be
So-
a radio tower.
Check those corners. Not a fool. See, there's a chair right there. Somebody could have been sitting right there. You know, you never know, right? We're gonna check the cabinets. We're gonna grab our scrap parts. So scrap parts are gonna come in handy for modding our weapons later. I won't lie. I would have had constant modifications. Oh shit, a bong. Well, no fucking way. This is new. I never found this in any of my playthroughs.
Hey, I'm gonna guess this bong was Eugene's.
That's mine. He gave it to me.
Hey, do you have any on you, actually?
Oh, I wish. Eugene always had some on him.
Shoot, bong be fucking nice. But the scent alone from smoking would have gave away our position, right? One thing I'll tell you guys, there's different ways, man. You can get, not to give like pointers, right? But like where I live, it's kind of like legal to like smoke and stuff. But like if you ever guys like ever needed a way to like do it, there's different ways. You just gotta figure out what it's gonna be, right? They even got a log right here. I really like this log, right? If you guys look right here, you can kind of see she's got the pen. You could read the log and everything right here. So you'll see it says 12-8, Dina Eugene, all clear. Dina Eugene, found a wild horse stuck in the ice, got it out, take it back to camp, skip it the next lookout, bang. So they skip their lookouts based on the weather, based on resources, based on how long they've been out. They don't try to stretch themselves too thin. Jesse Astrid, one clicker in the basement of 2358 Mountain View, cleared it, bam. That's Astrid that wrote that log. Greg Bonney, dead goat by Sunny Day's retirement, found 3 runners inside, cleared them. So as you can see, just like I said, the infected go after the animals too. So nobody's fucking safe, you know? Killed 3 runners outside the suburbs, all is clear. Dina Eugene. And you notice they got a rotation, they got dates. So our footprints followed them to small encampment, 2 adults, 1 child that need a medical attention. We'll be skipping the next lookout and taking them. Oh, look at that. So you guys remember the fucking note that we found? Check this out. Jesse Dina saw footprints found in a small encampment, 2 adults, 1 child that need a medical attention. What's funny is that I'm pretty sure it has something to do with that letter that we found earlier by Abby. Possibly. But I think the father was the only adult. So they're going to be 3-2. All clear. Ellie, put the E for
Come
initial.
here.
We're good. She's going to have us look out. I don't really
Tell her
like
to
this
head for the
window.
stop.
This window's kind of ass
Take a look.
to keep a lookout, but I can kind of get that, right?
I see.
Well, it's not terrible, honestly. It's just
small-
not a whole lot of
Oh,
visibility.
with the supermarket? No, town's past that.
There
Here's
we
the
go.
town. With the big tower thing.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's where the next lookout is.
And they will keep these patrols. They have to patrol these giant areas that, as you can see, it's clear as day that Jackson was built from this town. So they probably got a lot of resources
the
and
horses.
stuff from the markets or whatever, or throughout. And they're kind of just expanding and clearing their region to keep infected from getting close so they can maintain a safe and productive lifestyle at the end of days.
Question. Were you wearing those same clothes yesterday?
They're clean.
No judgment.
It's patrol, you know. We're here to kill infected, not to look fancy.
She's got a good point. If it fucking works,
Thank you.
if it works, and it's clothes that are disposable, why not? Why wear nice clothes on a patrol? It's a patrol. I mean, Ellie's got a good point there. You know what I mean? But ultimately, everybody's got their quirks and their palms and their perspectives and how their outlook of life is versus we got ours. So that's what I mean. I tell you, like, I'm not against Ellie or Joel in any sort of way. I'm cool with this. It's just, you know, I also give credit to Abby where it's due. A lot of people shit on her, obviously,
I think
because
we
of
should
the
go out
emotional
like
connection to
Eugene.
Ellie and Joel.
From a stroke? No. From old age. Like,
Oh, Eugene
living a
died of
long
old
life.
age. Nah, lucky motherfucker.
You? No way. Come on. You're way too reckless.
I'm gonna follow
Who's
her exact
talking?
horse path so that,
You'll probably die from hypothermia from
you
wearing
know what I'm
canvas
saying, they don't
sneakers in
know
the snow.
how many horses we got.
I'm wearing boots today.
The same thing with file, right? That's why we file. This
No,
is
you're
what a
gonna
file
die.
is, right? It's when you follow right
Let me
behind your
guess.
person,
You're
so
gonna kill me?
your footprints blend together. You know.
Did
I don't know,
ruin your
dude.
punchline?
I just really like that I
No.
could utilize military
Maybe.
tactics in this game, and they actually
you.
fucking work. You know.
Sorry.
It's another outpost over here. Doesn't seem like there's anything worthwhile. I mean, I won't lie. I'm usually a big, keen explorer, but in this time period, I'm actually going to try to get through, right? Well, this door open, and this house,
hey,
I
should
actually
we
will
check these
explore.
houses out?
Yes, we are.
Seems quiet, but we can if you want. I bet they still got supplies.
All right.
What do
I
you know
hate-
about this place?
I hate how they talk
Just
so
another
loudly
evacuation
out here.
area.
Like,
Infected almost never make it out this far.
yeah.
Usually catch them on the outer perimeter.
We're gonna check around.
Trailers are neat. Nice little
We got
portable home.
parts and stuff.
You think
Checking the
people
shelf.
really traveled a lot in these things?
Oh, wouldn't you?
Look, we got meds.
I mean, if I'd lived pre-outbreak, yeah, I'd go see the whole country.
Or travel to another country.
Maybe one day we will.
Keep dreaming.
We got more parts.
Jesse talked a lot about going to Canada. He said there's these, like, giant waterfalls out there he wanted to see.
Really?
All right.
He's such a hardcore Jackson guy.
Everybody's
This
got
mobile's
their
cleared.
dream. What are you doing tonight?
I was thinking of inviting Joel to watch a movie.
Oh. You guys...
Doing our listening
good?
mode.
Yeah.
What movie you guys gonna watch? What's Joel into?
Curtis and
climb up
Viper
here.
2. That's the one that's been on my
Lean
radar for
with
a
our
while.
back against the wall.
Oh, wow.
Double check.
Well, we used to watch
All
these
corners.
cheesy
Doesn't
80s
seem like
action
there's any
movies.
infected. I think infected
It's
would have
really
presented
good one.
themselves by now with how loud they fucking talk. So,
I actually really like
Yeah.
them too. What about you? What are you doing later?
Some people were talking about sneaking out. Going sledding.
there's a letter.
That sounds fun.
Dear Santa, I was a good boy this year. Can I please have a big
Wanna
dog? I
meet
want to
up
keep
after?
it. I want it to keep my daddy safe while he goes hunting for
okay.
food. It could also help protect our house from the
Maybe
monsters.
Play guitar.
It could also help me
Okay.
help keep me company when my daddy closes himself in the bedroom. Here's what she would look
Okay.
like. Can you also get me a gun? I think if I was stronger, my daddy would be happier. Thank you very, very much, Eric. So,
What's Curtis and Viper 2 about?
Okay, so 2 former commandos that go rogue to fight bad guys. And I think in this one, they go up against Russian spies or something.
I'm more
Okay, that was
interested
definitely
in
a
this
bad
than I
drop.
thought it would be.
All right, so the young one, Viper, he's a trained ninja. And he's a complete badass.
So how old is he in the first movie?
so we got a lot of tracks here,
10.
but that's fine.
Wait, how many movies did they make of this?
I think
Just
they
remember,
made
this is their
4?
territory, so
Jeez.
they're kind of
I
allowed
actually saw the
to
last one in the theater.
leave tracks
Isn't that crazy?
because this is like dumb, right?
Yes.
But ultimately, yeah. We're gonna climb up on top of
Think
here. We're gonna
anybody
get in
out
here,
there
right?
is still making movies?
Has to be.
I mean, what if they're all just like us?
Check the corners.
Just surviving day to
There
day.
you go. All right, we're in.
I write new music, so if someone had a camera.
There we go. Found more meds. Let's go. Drawer. Ooh, 2 rifle shots. Let's go. So as you guys can see, I got a pretty high-powered rifle. It'll work out pretty well. She also collects cards. You'll find these throughout the game.
Ooh,
So
I don't have this
exploring
one.
your areas are
Isn't
important.
it one of those superhero cards you're all into?
Oh, yeah.
So that's what I like about this game is that it highlights so much. Like there's just so much depth to the environment around you, and it's not just storyline driven only. There's a lot of like side story, a lot of like side lore you could put together and speculate. There's a lot of videos you can kind of like get together based off of this, right? So Tesseractor. Appearing one day from out of the blue, no one knows where or when this mysterious transdimensional being came from. Their ability to move in around four-dimensional space at will to return. Wait, Space at Will has turned the tide of many battles through using his powers, leaves them as weak and vulnerable as a newborn. Claiming to have no name, they were bestowed the nickname Tesseractor by the Society of Champions. However, some suspect Tesseractor is keeping their true undiscovered identity a secret. Neutral. And he looks like this. Whatever, he could be a conqueror on the low.
There are original Ellie songs? Why haven't you played any for me?
Well, I don't know.
Come on, will you play one for me tonight?
I'll think about it.
Alright, we're gonna roll through now. Like I said, these are little things, little conversations they could have done in the show a little bit better. But like I said, the show versus the game, as I said, different budgets, different timing, different casting, different everything, right? A lot of rules and regulations that come with creating a show versus creating a game. Game, almost limitless, right? Depending on your budget. Shows, you're very limited. Copyright, all that good shit. Just never goes well. Alright, we're gonna definitely... Yup, blood.
Easy going.
That moose got fucked up.
What the fuck? Oh, that smell. Looks like infected did this.
How many do you think it would take to bring down a moose?
A lot. A moose is no joke.
Where the hell are they?
Let's go find them.
So they said equip long gun, but honestly, won't need it. I like to roll with the handgun. That's how I am. I think the long gun's nice. I guess since we're in an open environment, I guess the long gun would be the better choice. Alright. So we're gonna see what happens, because we can always switch to the handgun in case we need rapid engagements, right? So we know the blood is obviously trailing off this way. You can see the footprints.
I hear some inside.
Oh, they're inside, yeah.
How the fuck did they get in there?
More importantly, how do we get in there?
And then we'll find the blood trails, see?
I see a bunch of different tracks.
Mm-hmm. Which means there's a lot of them in this area. See, this is a scary experience. Knowing that any day on patrol could be your fucking last. You know?
Sounds like a plan.
We're gonna listen.
Dina, this way.
Remember, corners. There's one over there. You guys see him? One over there. Yep, this is where the handgun comes in handy. They're eating a moose leg. Stab. That's what I like about Ellie. Her knife, permanent. There you go.
It's down.
That's one down, right?
One.
Divide and conquer, right?
Let's see if we can get around to the back of the supermarket.
She was eating the hell out of that moose leg. The infected always need sustenance. If you look, though, yeah, she got cooked. All right, moving. I'll move to the next area, right? And obviously, this door is stuck. I'm not even gonna try it, just because I know there's infected in the area now, right? And there's multiple tracks. There's more than one. So we're gonna go out the window. We're gonna check this corner. We're gonna climb through here, because this is where the locked door is. As soon as we jump in, we look around, don't see anything, we're good. Alright, we're gonna get up. What do we find? Meds. That's why it's always good to explore, you guys. They make these areas the way that they do now, because the moment that you get to later game, it's gonna be much more vast areas you're gonna have to explore, and then you have to pick and choose what you're gonna grab and what you're not gonna grab. Alright. We know infected are around. We know there's more than one. We already got one. This door is sealed off. Fire alarm's there. Obviously, there's nothing more of use here. So we're now going to move to the next area. Oh, this is so risky, dude.
You good?
Yeah.
Checking to see if there was any more runners.
Throw, by the way.
Thanks.
So you see what I'm saying? I would have did this scenario different,
That's the
right?
most infected
You see how I had that bottle in my hand, right? I would have threw that bottle
Gotta be
through here,
a year or so ago.
had it land somewhere over here, where it's in my sight. I would have had the gun right there, and as soon as the infected would have like went there, I would have shot him in the fucking head, and see how many more would have came through. And every time they would have piled up on this door, I would have shot another one and another one until eventually they were all cleared out, without ever putting myself at risk. But due to tutorial reasons is why they, I guess, highlighted it the way that they just did just now, to show you that you can throw shit at enemies to stun lock them, which is a very smart way of introducing that technique along with everything else they have been introducing for tutorial. This game is years old, and yet it is still a fucking masterpiece. And if anybody says otherwise, it's clear as day this game isn't their taste. It's just not their cup of tea, and that's fine, dude, because not everybody's gonna like this game, you know. But I love this game. Dude, this game goes hard. All right, we're gonna move through, and we're possibly gonna climb that window, right?
Dina, this way.
Oh, there's infected right there. You see? You guys see them? Climb down, right?
Let's keep it going. Let's see how it goes.
Nice. We got more ammo. We got another runner over there. Okay. I want to see if this guy's gonna move. Yo, bro, what is good? How are you, my guy? It's good to see you, Tomoe. It's been forever. It really has been. There's another runner in there, right? I gotta wait. There's a lot of them in there. Fucking A, dude. There we go. Boom. Brother, I've been good, bro. Just playing the game military style right now. Yes, bro, I am. I've been watching the show, so I've been making comparisons and stuff. You know what I mean? Now we got bottles, we got bricks, right? This is what I like to use. I like to use shit like this, right? So, you see this infected right here? How he's kind of like cruising around and he's kind of like all over the place? This one's not really moving in the corner, right? What you want to do is just fucking deal with them quickly. Dina already dealt with the rest. We just stealth killed all of them. Yeah, bro. And this game is so good, dude. Trust me. Like, I don't... Have you ever played this game, Tomoe? It's so fucking good, dude. So good.
Yeah.
Might be.
Looks like it.
Alright, and then we scour the area.
Get the ones in the supermarket.
Yeah, there's more in the
Let's keep circling the
supermarket, right?
building. There's gotta be a way in.
And it's crazy because they got to clear all this shit out. This is what the whole purpose of their patrols, right? To keep infected from getting into their territory, to keep infected from, you know, getting into their encampment. Like, it's wild. But anyway, bro, dude, how is everything? How have you been, bro? What's new? What's going on? Still playing Monster Hunter? I already killed the Arc-Tempered Ray Dow and a few others, man, so it's been badass. Oh, yeah, Dana put this dude the fuck out. He's cooked. But, yeah. Yeah, talk to me, bro. Let me know what's good.
Coming.
Alright. I just think it's crazy that they know there's infected in the area, right? And they're still talking all like if they're not. I think that's one of the qualms that did piss me off about the game. But then again, as I said, like, it's all for dramatic flair and effect, I guess, you know?
There's a hole in the roof over there. Here.
Come on, Dina, let's go. Bro, it's good to see you, bro. I know you're going to enjoy this gameplay, bro, because you're really about to see me get it going.
Look. See?
Alright.
And also
Let's
play
figure out how to
Assassin's
get in
Creed Shadows. I wasn't really a fan. You know how I feel about Ubisoft, bro. Ubisoft fucked us over too many times. I got time just chilling.
Dina.
Hell yeah, bro. I think
Over
you're going to
here.
love this. Alright, I told you, I always tend to aim, check, aim, check, aim, check. Alright, let's go. So you see, this is why. This is why I always fucking check, but obviously for dramatic flair, they're gonna do this. But this would have been me in real life. I'm gonna rap.
Ellie? Are you clean?
Yeah.
And now we're gonna have to use my fucking med kit because I had infected.
Please die of old age and not because you get infected. I really don't want to have to shoot you in the face.
Alright.
Deal.
Damn.
Cool.
You wanna hear what's crazy? So that's another thing that pissed me off, right? Notice they fired on this infected, right? Why are the infected inside not losing their fucking minds right now? You know what I mean? Like, that's something that would be a thing, right? Because runners and clickers and all of them are drawn by noise. See what I'm saying? So it's things like that, dude, that just, yeah.
Anything good back there?
Actually, yeah.
Nice.
Ma'am, I'm sorry to God for what I did. I wasn't going to hurt you. I didn't want anything from your store except for the drugs. Your husband came at me. What choice did I have? My little sister stopped feeling her feet. I need the insulin. Everyone is hoarding the stuff. What choice did I have? I hope he survives. I'm sorry. So this letter was left, I'm pretty sure, around the time the outbreak was first going. So probably years ago he wrote that letter. Maybe. If that, right? Or maybe it was recent. Gotta remember they had cell phones and
See,
shit
with
back
that
in the
roof?
day, so why leave a letter, right? So it had to be fairly recent.
I'm not sure.
Maybe people held out here for as long as they did until they couldn't anymore. Then we jump up here, right? Check our corners again. Oh, god damn it. I gotta run and jump.
I know I can make that. This way.
Said, oh, the character okay, say I'm not a fan either. Yeah, fuck Ubisoft, dude. Ubisoft fucked us over so many times in Division. Ridiculous. I obviously, as you can see, I'm getting the eyes down there, right? You see, I'm kind of like looking over. So yeah, no, yeah, they definitely screwed us.
I'm in.
Yep, let everybody in the infected know you're in.
Me too.
Gotta love it.
Should we check for supplies?
Yes, we should. You said, me too. I am not a fan either, but I only just play for as my own style. So the character Yasuke, I play Samurai Ronin outfit, not bad at all, honestly. No, not bad, dude. Bro, honestly, they got the Brooklyn DLC coming out on the Division, and I don't even think I'm gonna fucking stream that. I'm actually waiting for
Hey.
Night Rain to come out.
Got some
Dude,
alcohol.
are you getting Night Rain?
Couple of rags.
Yeah, there we go. Now we can make a med
Fix
kit.
yourself up.
Now watch this shit, right? This is gonna teach you how to craft. So you go down here, you got that. We craft this. Now she's not dinged up no more. Now we understand. Exploring is extremely important. Another reason why I really like this game. There's just a lot of realistic scenarios I could have definitely taken
I see
for
spores
this
in there.
game. You know what I mean?
Masks on.
Yeah, I have
Got
Night
it.
Rain. Me too. Me too. So she's got her gas mask now, which is fairly nice, you know. Dude, I can't wait either. Yeah, I pre-ordered it already. Night Rain's already been pre-ordered. Dude, if you want to, we could play together sometime. Bro, you know Souls games, I go crazy in Souls games. Alright.
Remember, I don't want to have to shoot you in the face. Oh, that's so sweet.
Alright, here we go.
All these spores mean they've been here for a while. Keep your eyes peeled for older infected. Yep.
See, there's a hole in here, right?
Supermarket? I don't know. I think we're above it. Let's get to the ground floor.
Of course, bro, man. Same. Yeah, bro. I'm not kidding, dude. Like, we're definitely going to get it going. Like, no lie. We have to. Alright, over here, we got more stuff that we might have missed. So I say shit's going to go the way it needs to. You know what I mean? Yeah, bro, I hope you stick around for a while so I can sit and talk to you, bro. Because honestly, it's been so long. You get to actually see my training in the, like, through the game. You're about to see. Watch. Alright. Alright. We out here, straight up. Dead ass. We really are. The reason I'm flashing my flashlight is because runners have visibility, right? Ooh, yep. I don't like this. Check that corner. Check the ceiling. Check down. We're going to walk in. We're going to check behind the door. So there's a thing we do, right? When we're clearing a room and we feel like there's an enemy presence, right? A lot of times when we're like clearing or breaching a room, if there's like ever anybody, let's say there's somebody behind the door just for whatever reason, right? And they were behind the door, we push in, right? And if there's somebody behind the door, we crush them behind the door, you know? And what we can do is when they're being crushed behind the door, let's say they got a rifle or something, because they're being smushed against the wall, right? Since they're being smushed against the wall, right? They're not going to be able to draw their shit, and what we'll do is we'll fucking shoot them right through the goddamn door as we're leaning the door on them. So we can pull out like a little, like let's say I got a rifle in hand, right? Look, I'm about to hit y'all with a scenario. Check this shit out. You guys gonna love this, right? I breached the room. Boom. Somebody's behind the door, right? First thing we're gonna do is lean against the door, pull the handgun out, bam, 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 like 6 fucking shots through the door. This fucker drops. We're good to go. We clear the rest of the room. We go from there. That's if we know there's only nothing but enemies in the area. We're not gonna just shoot people who are behind the door for no reason, but you shouldn't be behind the door to begin with. You know what I mean? That's how we kind of like clear our shit. One of the ways, you know? Oh yeah, I remember this. There's actually a date somewhere around. I believe it's this. We're gonna read this. Yo, Christian, left the real shit in the safe for you. Combo is a date, my good boy. Got employee of the month. Don't fucking sell those or give them away. That's for your back, alright? Feel better, Mina. No, okay. So now we're going to look. We don't see anything on the calendar. Now we got to look around the room. See if we see anything. Chances are the date's either going to be in here or it's not, right? Should have been on the letter, honestly. So hold on. We're gonna quickly go into our menu. We're gonna read through our documents, right? Journal. Dina asked if I was gonna go to the dance, and she touched my arm. Ugh, I'm so delusional. Don't be an idiot. She's like that with everybody. Don't fuck up your friendship. Don't fuck up your friendship. Don't fuck up your friendship. Tonight was crazy. I feel scared, elated, anxious. Just gotta sleep it off. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Just like SWAT team doing business. Right. That's what it comes down to, right? So, we're gonna open that door again. We're gonna find that fucking date. We're gonna open that safe. We're gonna get the shit out of that safe. And then we're gonna move on to the next area. We need to find clues on where it could be. So we're gonna look around the employee office, maybe posters on the wall or something about today's date, right? So we're looking, we're not finding anything so far. I'm not seeing anything. Oh, wait. I stand corrected. There we go. Got 8 more meds. Still got spores. We're gonna check this drawer that we walked by earlier. Nothing. I just think that shit's so crazy. I can't find a date right now. Here, let me see. Dog picture. That's pretty funny. I don't know. Feel like I'm gonna have to come back for this safe, honestly. That's okay. Alright, we're gonna move on for now. We're gonna come back for that safe, though. Like I said, we really shouldn't scour the area until it's kind of like secure, right? But right now, we're in a secure location, so not terrible news. I don't even need a hint. Don't even want the hint. We're gonna check this drawer as well. There we go. Some rags. Can't make anything yet, so we're gonna see what happens. Alright. We came from this way. We're going this way. Fucking motherfucker. God damn. Jesus. Oh no, dude. That's a fucking clicker. Shoot it. Shoot it. Bro, I would have shot it right away. Oh, here they come. Fuck.
Clickers. Here we go. Keep it extra quiet.
So you're listening. They're out their eyes, but they can still fucking listen. They're like fucking bats. Yeah. So I got a brick in hand, right? I'm not gonna lie, engaging clickers is a whole different ball game. I usually fuck up with these guys. Usually I fuck up with these guys, but not this fucking time. This time, I'm gonna utilize all my training for this one. As long as you're behind, like, stuff, they can't really see you, right? After he roars like that. Fucking A, dude. He's definitely on to me. Oh yeah, bro, we need to save ammo. In real life, we're not gonna just find bullets anywhere, right? Dink! That's right, bitch. That's right, bitch. That's right. That's right.
These blind motherfuckers make my skin crawl.
Alright, we got that successfully done. Scour around, see what other area. Those already 3 clickers. Means they've been around, they've been down here for some time. Seems like the area is secure based on how Dina's moving. Assassination, yeah, bro. Yeah, just like Ghost of Tsushima, bro. I learned that shit from Ghost of Tsushima as well. And like I said, dude, I try my best not to engage in open combat because you got to think about it in real life, bro. We're not going to just be able to go to the gun store and be like, hey, we're going to go get more ammo, or hey, we're going to go get more shit. Like, bro, resources are limited. So if your resources are limited, you don't want to use your ammo, you don't want to use your shit. You want to fucking make sure that you hold on to as much as you fucking can so that if you do get in a hairy situation, that's what gets you the fuck out so you live another day. You know what I mean? So it's just, that's what that shit comes down to, you know? It's like I said, I never really forgot my stuff, you know? Obviously with Dina here, it's not too bad. She makes the experience just a little lighter, which is cool. So yeah, you got this, but I actually want to search around a little bit. Doesn't seem like there's anything else here, dudes. Store is sealed off. Yep, exactly. You gotta remember, there's a lot of liabilities. You got, as you just saw. Oh shit, yeah, I know, dude, yeah. You got your weather, you got your famine. You know, you got your noise discipline, your light discipline. There's a lot of variables and factors, right?
I'll take a present.
I probably should have cleared the room first. Remember the first rule of thumb. I always get handsy whenever I see shit, though. So far, nothing. We're clear. Looks like Dana's chilling, so... Hell yeah. But there are going to be times where you're not going to be able to... It's going to look like you're safe because Dana's chilling. Or Dina's chilling or whatever. And you want to know what's going to happen? You're going to get caught up. Because there are times where she's chilling. And then she won't be chilling until after you're already, like, in combat. Yup. Survive and make sure that... Ooh, Molotov. Let's go. Give me that shit.
Here. Thanks.
Yo. Look at that shit. You guys see that, right?
Careful with that. I'm a pro.
Oh, yes.
We're not done.
You guys hear the infected? I'm not gonna lie. I still want to go back for that safe. So I remember she put... I remember she was talking about a date, but I think we fell through the floor, and that's why I can't get back up there, which really sucks. Probably should have just tried to crack that safe, and now we just lost out on possible resources. But whatever, that's fine. We're gonna have to accept our losses because we're in an infected area, so... Oh, shit.
What do you think? Get the runners first.
Yeah, get the fucking runners first. That clicker's coming. Yep. So for this motherfucker, we're gonna craft more than one, right? We should be crafting a med kit, but honestly, we're gonna do this. I'm gonna explain why. So, usually these guys are pretty flammable because of the fungi, right? So, what'll end up happening is they're gonna run to the fire. They're gonna weaken themselves. There you go. See, that clicker is dead, right? They're gonna run to that fire, right? See, now they're all on fire, right? They're gonna run to the fire again. Then they're gonna burn themselves. There you go.
And he's still moving?
There it is.
Nope.
We just cleared the area out. We could have saved the Molotovs, but honestly, what's more important, a fucking Molotov or getting cooked by a bunch of infected. You guys gotta. That's when you pick and choose what you're gonna do and what you're not gonna do. You know, you gotta make a decision. If you're in a hairy situation, you're gonna use your resources. It's gonna happen. You can't hoard everything. I mean, you can, but it only make the gameplay much longer. It make it a little more painful, and we don't need none of that. We just fried all those boys. You see, everybody's like, "Oh, I'm gonna get another med kit because I'm hurt." No, bro, get another Molotov. Your med kits you'll find over time, right? I mean, med kits are important, but let's be honest here. If you got actually infected in real life, that med kit's not going to save you. Nothing's going to save you. So there's no cure for it because it's a live cordyceps that controls everything with a hive mind. So yeah, it just ain't gonna work out. So we managed to clear out all the infected. We didn't have to use any ammo. We're full on a lot of our ammo. Okay, we got everything we need. We're gonna look around the supermarket. And we're gonna grab resources if there's any around. And then we're gonna move on from there. I already know kind of in a sense where to go, so I'm not too worried about the hint. And y'all shouldn't be either. We're just gonna look around a little bit before we leave the area. Ooh, we did not clear this area. Alright, corners. Left side, up, around. Here, here, here. Well, we got more handgun ammo just in case shit got hairy, huh? Nothing in here. Nothing in that corner. Nothing in that corner. Alright, we're good. Just certain items we gotta grab and we're chilling. Freezer is locked shut. Don't think that's ever going. Plus, we don't need a freezer because everything's so damn frozen here anyway. It doesn't matter, right? Alright, I think we're good. Tomoe, how you liking the gameplay so far, bro?
I won't budge. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. You're just gonna hurl me up through that hole in the roof.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cable here. There we go. Yeah. That should hold us. Get over. Fuck yeah.
There you go.
Okay, that's good.
I appreciate
Here
that,
we
bro.
go.
I appreciate you. We're definitely going to catch up a little bit after stream today, right? I'll probably close out just a little bit early just so I can catch up with you, see how you're holding up, but hell yeah. I would not trust this metal infrastructure. I'm going straight this way.
Over here.
So here's what I'm thinking, right? Is there any way to get back that way? It doesn't look like it, right? It looks like we're just gonna fucking head out. And then our fucking horses have been out here the whole time. Oh shit. I would have sprained an ankle right there.
How far are we from the lookout? It's just past the next town. Following you.
Alright, Dano, let's go. So now there's really good and bad things about the snowfall. I'm gonna explain why, right? Let's say you're on a covert scout mission. Snowfall like this is fucking fantastic, right? Covers your tracks. You know, they can't track you. You will be really hard to find.
Where are we?
Here's the problem, right?
Okay.
The problem is that you're gonna go and you can possibly get lost in this weather. You can possibly freeze to death. It's a lot of liabilities. The good news is that you'll have low visibility as well as the enemy will have low visibility.
This is getting worse. Turn back. We won't make it. We're almost there. I know, girl. I know. Keep going. Nina, how much further?
Oh shit. I'm lost. Why would she take off like that? She's such an asshole.
Ellie! Thank God.
There she is.
Come on, this way. Where are we going? Just trust me. Get inside.
Alright, we're gonna bring the horses in. They got their hoodie and shit. Feel like they're still poorly equipped for the amount for what the fucking weather is, but it is what it is, right? I remember when I was playing single player survival with a hunter, smoke bombs would generate ammunition, but the pros and cons were that every time you shot an arrow, you would recover your ammo. Right. So hunters, right? Funny story you mentioned about the hunters. You're talking about not Division 1, The Last of Us Part 1. Yeah, the hunters were no joke.
All right, let's make sure it's clear.
Yo, that ass, dude. It's almost like they were trying to leave us. High key, if they were, I wouldn't blame them. We were a lot of work as kids. Having kids is mad work. It's what it is. We haven't really cleared this area yet. She's saying it's a lookout here. This is a lookout. I still, being there was infected nearby, I would still, like, possibly look. Like, if this was a real life scenario, I'd look around. Double check, triple check the lookout, make sure there's no infected that might have got past us. You know what I mean? And what's going on,
Doesn't feel like anyone's been here in a while.
Let's see, there's a whole door right here.
Shit.
So what
I
happens?
gotta see what's back there.
Right? So we're gonna melee that shit.
All right, that worked.
All right. Now we're gonna find all our parts and shit. Nice. It's gonna be the workbench.
This has to be Eugene's.
Are you sure?
Yeah, nobody else would tinker with this shit. But why would he hide it from me?
All right. Here's the workbench right here. I'm 100% certain I'm not able to use it just yet, but I will be able to use it soon.
Huh.
Eugene Linden, 000314. Firefly.
He served with Tommy.
Tommy was a Firefly
I had no
too,
idea.
so
Yeah. They got into some real dark shit.
Like what?
He said he blew up a checkpoint at Denver QZ, killed 3 soldiers and 2 civilians.
do you want to hear what's funny?
Jesus.
You guys want to hear what's hilarious about that?
He and Tommy slow tortured some big Fedra general. I don't know. I don't buy Tommy doing that though.
Oh, I do.
Worse.
What do you mean?
So when he was talking about that Denver
Survive
QZ,
after the outbreak.
I can't help but feel like that was the QZ that got blown up in the first game. I don't remember if we were in Denver or not, though. See, my memory is really foggy on that aspect, right? And that's what I'm trying to figure out. So honestly, all right, dudes, let's see what we got. Yeah, see, I don't got my gun or anything, so that definitely means that this area is safe. Good.
Oh my God. It's Tommy and Eugene.
He says, that's just, yup,
Babies
exactly, which meant that you never ran out of ammunition, but when you used your ultimate, you wiped out most of the enemy troops, which only reduced the chances of you running out of ammunition, so this is a point to be made. No, definitely.
There's gotta be a generator around here somewhere.
You gotta remember, it's not like you could just walk outside and be like, bullets grow out of grass. And it's like, you gotta find this kind of shit, Eugene, I'm begging you to come home. The Fireflies want to save the world. I say let them. Let them go after the military, the politicians. Let them develop a vaccine to save mankind. Maybe one day we'll live to see the fruits of their fantasies. Until then, I have to put our daughter first. The Fireflies will be fine without you. Your daughter won't. She keeps asking me when you're coming home. I can't lie to her anymore. I miss you, but I don't know how much more of this I could take. Come home, please. We love you, Claire. Oh, shit. So that's what Eugene looks like, huh? Oh, look at this man. He don't look like Bill a little bit? Just a little bit? He don't look like Bill? He look like Bill to me. Just a little bit. But Bill, you know, wasn't really into women. If that makes sense. But
Hey, found the generator.
very similar hairstyle. Alright, now we're going to fuck around with the generators. We're going to see what happens. There it is.
Oh, that's better.
Oh, wow. Impressive workbench, Eugene.
There's the
You
workbench.
should mod your gun with this gear.
And I always do. I know that handgun bullets are usually found more in these kind of games. If I ever wanted to, right? Look, I'm going to take that bullet out, right? I hate that she doesn't catch the bullet, though. It really blows my fucking mind, right? It says, adds weight to the stock to decrease weapon sway. Adds a magazine to increase reload speed and hold more rounds. Looks like they was living here, or used to be. Yeah, they were, yeah. Eugene was living here for some time, right? So, this is what I like to upgrade, the handgun. One thing you guys will learn about these kind of games, right, is that your handgun is probably your most important thing, right? So attach a compensator to reduce weapon recoil, plus 25% accuracy, negative 35% recoil. Or we can do plus 4 magazine capacity, right? Yeah, I know, right? Replace the hammer spring to increase fire rate, plus 45% fire rate. So now we gotta think, right? What's more important? Recoil, ammunition capacity, or fire rate, right? Now we know that the handguns are pretty stable, so fire rate would definitely dominate an enemy, right? But then we'll run out of ammo faster. We do our best not to use ammo, so fire rate would probably be out of the question. If I was in a real life situation, fire rate would be out of the question. Stability. This one's very interesting to me. Replace the pistol grip to decrease weapon sway. It said the sound of assembly with guns just really makes it enjoyable. Yeah, dude, definitely. Then we got recoil. Attach a compensator to reduce weapon recoil. Now this one, I feel is the most important one. I'm going to explain why. 25% accuracy, negative 35% recoil. We got to remember we are going to be at limited engagements, right, with ammunition. I'm going to be more so using a knife and melee if I have to, right? A gun is a last resort. Capacity, craft an extended magazine to hold more rounds. Now this shit is also fucking important, right? Because if I got to pop off on somebody, I'm going to, right? But ultimately, I feel like landing your shots are so much more important. So we're going to go with this. Look at that shit. There you go. That is a fucking handgun.
Yeah, this'll work.
Yes, it will.
Good job with that.
So now the next thing, right, for the handgun is going to be ammo capacity. Then we're going to do stability. Then we're going to do fire rate. So the next upgrade is going to be ammo capacity. All right, now we got ourselves a real nice firearm, right? For this, all right, this is going to be the 40% stability. We're going to need that as well. Add a magazine to increase reload speed and more. That's dope. Yeah, I know. Add a scope to aim at distant targets with greater accuracy by pressing X. I think I would probably go for the scope over anything else, right? Or replace the barrel to fire more powerful shots, or this. It's just between the scope or this. I'm thinking the firepower is probably where it's going to be at, right? Because I would only ever bring out that gun to finish an engagement, not prolong it. Handgun's more for like quick engagements and shit like that. The rifle is more so for like long range engagements and so on. So if you wanted to like really get your rifle going, you want your damage and your scope first. Then you can work on stability. Or you can start with this. Scope, stability, right? It'll cost more. Or you could just start with damage. I'll probably start with damage just to, as I said, to end engagements quickly. And I have pretty fucking good aim because I don't run and gun. I find a stable position and I deal with my enemies. You guys will learn that as you see me play. Alright, let's get the handgun. Let me get through Dana.
Oh, hello. Ellie, look at the floor. There's more stuff down there.
You see a way down?
Not
Oh, he's
here.
got a heater. That's a whole heater so he could sleep. He's got the doors over here. He's got a secure area. He's got it downstairs, so we got to go back this way. So, well, not that way. I'm gonna show you guys where it's at. No, not here.
Hey, Ellie. There's something behind this.
Oh, here we go.
Come on.
Now they're gonna move it together, right?
What's he got down here?
Well, it's obviously a sex den. That's why he didn't tell you about it.
I hope it's a sex den. For his sake. He was so lonely, man.
That's how most vets are. Check it out. We found a whole dispensary.
It's weed.
Yep.
That's a lot of dead weed.
Oh yeah,
This
told me wait, me and you
explains
about to hit
a
a
lot.
hit a joint together. Let's go. We about to roll something up and chill out with life for a while. You know what I mean? Hell yes. Look at that shit. I used to grow the shit. Look at this. He had a gas mask bong.
Dina. It's a gas mask bong.
Mm-hmm.
God, he was so smart.
I speak very highly of Eugene. You can tell like Dina and Eugene had like a really good friendship or connection. He was an older guy, obviously, you know what I mean? And it wasn't anything like that necessarily, right? But it was more so like it was kind of like maybe like an uncle or whatever. Look, now he's got pre-rolled joints. Let's go.
Oh, there we go.
You think it's still good?
Does weed go bad?
Let's find out.
Yeah, that's a good question. Does weed go bad? I mean, never looked
You
that
having a
up.
hard time? No, I got it.
I mean, I'd still hit it. It's still a plant. I mean, even if it's all
Give me
fucking
that.
stale and shit, right?
Oh, yeah.
I
like
think
you're
it'd
gonna
get me
it.
to where I need to go, even if it's not the best experience. That's just
Okay.
my mindset, though. You know? All right.
Fuck it.
I mean, damn, Dana, you could have just...
Fuck is wrong
Yeah.
with you?
Right. Like,
I
homegirl,
got it open, didn't I?
you're fucking wild. You just fucked all those joints up. But who fucking cares, right? It's the end of the world. Like, at that point, it's just kind of like, hey, we got it
Sounds
out.
good.
And we're going to still smoke it because we ain't got nothing else. So fuck, it makes sense. You know what I mean?
I mean, gonna be stuck here a while, right?
Totally trapped.
Imagine being at the end of the world, safe environment, away from the bullshit. You get to hit it just a fucking
ask you a
joint and
question?
just chill out for a sec. How fucking, like, how refreshing would that be? Just so you guys
Scale
know,
of 1 to
like,
10.
there's a lot of vets that, like, we usually turn to, like, you know,
1 being
smoking or
like absolute
doing anything
trash.
like that. To
And
because it
10
helps with
being
injuries, helps with our head stuff, helps with a lot of stuff. It's,
life-altering.
you know, they go for like medical marijuana and stuff like that, and I actually honestly
How would
approve of that. I
you
think it's way better than pills and
rate
shit, you know.
Our kiss from last night.
But anyway, I'm gonna leave you guys to this cutscene real quick. I'm gonna go grab me a
Why are we
sneak.
still talking about this? You said it was a mistake.
Did I say that?
These girls got fucking lungs of steel, man. Let me tell you.
What are you doing?
I asked you to rate our kiss. I give it a 6.
A 6?
Wow, like a solid 6.
Okay.
It's like a
Not lot of
solid
people
6.
around.
Yeah, but 6.
Oh, what? I mean, now I really want to know how you'd rate it.
I don't think you do.
Hell yeah, bro. They're hitting that fucking joint.
Infuriating.
Have you met you?
You make me want to go back outside into that blizzard.
No one is stopping you. This better be better than a 6.
Bro, I would have never talked. Alright, I don't give a fuck what's going on, bro. Alright, listen. Regardless of what, they're gonna get it on, whatever, cool. Listen. Party foul. The fuck you doing tossing a joint away like it's a cigarette? Like, no, bro. I would have been there with one joint in the hand, doing what I gotta do. I would have set it on the ashtray or something on the side, put it out real quick and been like, alright, let's resume. You know what I mean? Yeah, dude. Oh yeah, you didn't know that, did you? Yo, this is my homegirl. Oh, fuck.
Great. Infected.
There's a lot of them.
Oh my god.
Yeah, bro. Shit. Time to fucking run. Oh, shit. Yeah, bro. Yeah, they end up getting together. Oh, you motherfuckers. Let's go, bitches. Suck on it, bitch. Suck on it. No, 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 I was joking. Oh, shit, they're fucking coming, bro. Let's go, Abby. Fucking Christ. Move. I'm trying to use the water to slow these motherfuckers down, bro. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. We're running for our fucking lives here. Hurry the fuck up.
Okay, up this way.
Come on. Oh my god, dude. Come on, come on, come on. Jump the fence. Get the fuck over. Oh my god. Give my fucking med kit. Oh my god, dude. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Yup, this is when I start shooting. I would bet I start shooting. Like, not here, I'd be still trying to maneuver, but I would, like, be popping off on them while I'm running, you know what I mean? Type shit. They just grab their fucking, they're grabbing their shit. You motherfucker. Come on, you fucking piece of shit. Come on, come on. Dink. Come on, come on, come on, come on.
We're gonna have to run.
Look, that's Joel. That's Joel. That's Tommy.
I'll cover you. Keep going. Come on, this way. Through here. Oh shit! Hold up. This way. Come on.
Let's fucking go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Hurry the fuck up. Oh, that's not gonna hold him. We gotta fucking move now.
Yeah.
Holy shit. You guys ready?
No matter.
Shit's about to get real,
This is where we're
Tomoe.
going.
I reckon we go out the back.
Mm-hmm.
We can make a break for the lodge.
Yeah, I ain't got a better idea. You good with that gun?
Yeah.
Give me that shit. Let's fucking go. Time to beat the shit out these motherfuckers.
We gotta warn everyone. Come back with a cleanup crew.
Gotta move. Get to the door.
Bink. Bink. Oh shit. Come on, fuckers. Come on. Oh! Fuck out of here, bitch. That's right, we're gonna pop off. It's time to pop the fuck off then.
door ain't gonna hold him for long. We need to hurry.
Yo, Tomoe, this shit's about to get real fast, bro. You heard?
Up there, the window! That's our way out! You see a way up there? Here, use this!
Come on, hurry the fuck up. Come on.
Hey, girl!
Bro.
Push it up under the cart!
Come on.
I'll get the gondola to the window!
Yeah, bro, this shit's wild, right? Oh, fuckers.
Come on, goddammit!
Fuck. Okay, bitch. Oh my god, dude. Fuck, clicker. The fucking clicker.
Stay behind there. You need me to take over? I got you. Keep those infected away. Tommy, I'm running low. Just need another minute.
Fuck out of here. Bro, shit's about to get real. Come on. Bink!
How we doing, Tommy? Almost there.
Fuck out of here. Dink.
I got it. Come on. Go.
Let's fucking go. Come on. Keep running. Run quick.
I got you. Get close to us.
Where are we going?
I only got 2 rounds left.
This way.
Come on. Oh, shit.
Don't slow down. Head for those doors.
We need to fucking move now. Oh, shit's getting real, dude.
Hey, I'm Tommy. That's Joe. What's your name? Abby, are you okay? That ain't gonna hold.
Bro, yup.
Outrun them all the way to Jackson. We need to barricade that door. Tommy, we cannot stay here. The horses ain't making it all that way.
My friends are at a mansion just north of here. It's fenced in. We have the whole perimeter secure.
It's a ball release. I can work.
All right. I'll get the door.
All right. You can ride with me. Come on.
Oh!
She's looking for him. She found him. Okay? You'll see why later. She's looking for him. You'll see why. Run! Holy shit, run! Bro, that's dude. Oh, I don't even know if I would have made it out of that situation.
When I was 12, I found a skateboard. And I tried to get on it. And it shot right out from underneath me.
Wait, how did you get the scar?
I fell on my knife.
They're trying to hold her down. She's looking for that guy. Yeah, she fucking is. Trust me, she is. And you're about to find out why if you haven't already figured it out. Do you know anything about this game, Tomoe? Because if you don't, I'm not going to give you any spoilers. But just know, shit's about to go down. I'm going to let this play out for now.
Why?
To cover a bite mark. Right here. I got jumped by an infected when I was 14. And it turns out I'm immune, so it healed with a ring of fucked up teeth marks and cysts and... Ow!
Fuck you.
What? Hey!
I told you a real fucking story.
I did tell you a real fucking story.
Oh, you want a bite mark?
What?
Did you hear that?
Yo, I never played this game, I didn't play this game. I heard a lot of people mention this game.
Will you wait, please? What? Just turn around. What are you doing?
Are you kidding me? You're supposed to be on patrol.
There's a blizzard outside.
Is that weed?
Why are you here?
People are counting on you. You get that? What we do matters.
Well, then why aren't you at the fucking lookout?
Because Tommy and Joel didn't show up.
What do you mean?
We waited for them for an hour. I was looking for their horses when I saw lights.
Oh shit.
Maybe they just went back to town. Without being replaced. No way. How much of their region have you covered?
Not much.
Then we split up.
Now they're gonna go look for them.
Go at it from different
Remember,
sides.
Tommy and Joel are with
We'll cover the
fucking
whole thing in a
Abby
few
right now,
hours.
dude.
I don't like you writing
Shit's-
shit, but we don't know what's out there.
I'm telling you.
Exactly. What if they need
There's a
help?
reason why Abby's up this way, bro,
Okay,
and you're about to
I'll head
fucking
west.
find
You need
out
to
right
take
now.
south
Get
and come
ready.
from the east, but be
You
smart
better
about
get
it.
ready, cause shit's gonna get crazy. You'll see. You will fucking see. And the infected are fucking chasing them. Dude, Abby's no fucking joke. You haven't come earlier on in the stream, but this girl, she's literally my favorite character. She was my background picture for my PlayStation for like the longest amount of time. Ooh, we got lucky. These are our homies. There you go. Good fucking job, homies. He says, but the thing is, I'm so glad watching someone stream this game for real with you, bro. Even spoilers and everything. I'll be honest with you, I'm enjoying this moment. Bro, I love this fucking game. I love this whole series. Like, part 1 and part 2. Dude, you have no idea. Like, this game is like every fucking vet's, like, wet dream. Straight up.
We're good.
Like, because the amount of, like, the amount of realism,
You want to get those saddles off?
the amount of realism and shit, it's wild.
Right out the storm. Get out here.
Look at this shit.
But nothing but lucky.
You have no idea.
Don't get electricity in here. Where the fuck have you been?
There are solar panels on the roof.
Who are these people?
Look at this shit, right?
How long y'all been here?
Since yesterday?
Yesterday.
Yep.
What are y'all doing out this way?
Just passing through. You two live nearby?
We do. A few hours down the hill. Y'all should come back with us, restock before you head out.
Appreciate it. I'm Mel, by the way.
Tommy, this is my brother.
Joe.
Look at everybody's face. Look at everybody's face. Look at everybody's face. You see everybody's face?
Don't act like you heard of us or something.
Because they have.
Yup. Yup.
Nora, all clear?
He's
Yup.
up. Put him against the wall.
Tommy,
Yup.
get off me!
This is it. It's going down. It's going down. You know why they're after him? These are the last of the Fireflies.
Joel Miller.
Who are you?
Guess.
Why don't you say whatever speech you got rehearsed? Get this over with.
No. It's not that he betrayed them. Oh, it's gonna get bad. I'm about to tell you. Oh my fucking god, it's so bad. His karma caught up to him. This is Joel's karma. This is Joel's karma. Now remember, Abby's one of my favorite characters of all time, even after she did this, right? I have so much love for Joel and Ellie and Tommy and all my boys. I fucking do, bro. But I understand why she did this. I understand why she did this shit. This is so fucking bad, dude. Yo, and Abby is Ock, bro. She's brolic as fuck, bro. She's as big as she's as big as me in real life, if not almost as like I'm almost as big as her. So the reason they came after him was because of what he did in the first game. They finally found his ass after all this time. Because these guys, you're going to see, watch. I'm not going to say nothing. You're just going to have to see everything that goes down right now. Yeah, bro. Yup. Oh, it's cold. It's bad, dude.
Joel! Tommy!
All right, here we go. We keep our bearing. All right? We keep our fucking bearing.
You're okay. You're okay.
We fucking search every fucking tree, every corner, everything before we progress. Quick. So it's smooth is fast. Get through.
There it is.
Check our corners. Right? Jump over.
Joel? Tommy?
You hear it, right?
Where is that coming?
They're whooping his fucking ass right now.
Joel. Shit.
Oh, they're sleeping bags and shit.
Fuck.
No, you can still hear him. You can still hear him. You hear him crying. Look, listen closely. She's beating his ass right now. Oh.
Get her down! Get off me! Get her hands! Get the fuck off me!
You got her! Look, you got her! Okay?
Yo, you see how Ock Abby is, right?
What's going on?
Let him go!
Who is that?
Let him
She
go!
snuck in.
Why aren't you posted up outside?
We didn't think anyone was gonna show up.
What the hell did you expect? We gotta get out of here before the whole town's on top of us.
Yup.
You're done.
You want what I want, right?
End it.
You see how brolic she is, right? Bro, she's no fucking joke, bro. Abby is the real fucking deal. She does not fucking play no fucking games.
Get up! Joel, fucking get up! Please stop! Please don't shoot!
This shit still kills me every time I see this, dude.
Fucking kill you!
Yeah, he was gonna put her out because he didn't want no witnesses. He didn't want nobody to tell back where they were going. And they were saying, bro, like, And Owen's trying to reason. And Owen's trying to stop it. They just wanted Joel. Yup. Because of what he did.
Ellie. I'm sorry. Jesse!
Yeah.
They're down here!
He was the main character in the first game, dude. He got fucking clapped. Abby and her crew killed him. He left Tommy and Ellie alive, though. I'll be honest with you, dude. Like, they had everything in the palm of their hand, right? Obviously, there'd be no story without Ellie and Dina and Dumb, right? But if I was Dumb, I would have killed Ellie, Tommy, and Joel. Would have killed all three of them, and I would have fucking disappeared without a trace. Nobody would have ever found us. We would have been able to get the fuck out of there. You know what I mean? At least for a while, we would have been good. For years, if that. Yep, a task to pay, the price to pay. Bro, it's what he did in the first game. And listen, don't ever get it twisted, bro. I care about both these characters very much. But Joel fucked up, bro. Yeah.
Could I sit down, please?
Joel fucked up, dude. Yeah. So, if you don't know what happened, I'm going to explain it, right? Like, nobody knows why they actually came. So, I'll probably play throughout the game and I'll fucking show you what's good. I don't know how far... You won't really find out till later, right? But to say the least, Joel did something terrible. And...
Maria wants to make sure you're eating.
She can't stop us.
They have the guys that we would need to do this smart.
So it's just...
We'd be leaving Jackson vulnerable.
He did something bad in the first game. So... Ellie's immune to the virus.
Get away with this?
So...
Nobody wants that.
Yeah, but that's what's happening.
What if we get hit by hunters again?
Is this you talking or is this her?
That's a valid point.
If it were you or me, Joel would be halfway to Seattle already.
That's where they're from.
Absolutely fucking
They came all the way from fucking Seattle, traveled across.
Washington Liberation Front. That's
Yep.
what you said was on those patches.
Mm-hmm.
What if they stole those jackets?
That's...
Wolves. WLF.
How'd the WLF move?
What are you doing? You know what?
And they had the wolf patch too. They're from a...
I'm leaving tomorrow.
Is he related to the virus? No, so...
If you want to come with me.
Oh, to her? So... Hold on. Let me let this cutscene play out, and I got you.
No idea what you're walking into.
I'm going to explain everything from the first game right after this.
Group is, how armed.
I don't care. You can't talk me out of this.
Give me a day to talk to Maria. Okay? There's got to be some folks you can spare.
And if she won't budge?
Well, I'll figure something out.
You could tell Tommy's going through it too, because he loved Joe very much. That's his brother, like I said. His brother got fucking killed.
Please.
Give it a little bit of time. I'm about to explain it now, right? He's got to let this cutscene play out because I want you to see like the full story, the extent of. Obviously, this commentary. Try not to cut off too much of what's being said, being that you've never actually seen the game played, but you've heard about it. I want you to like get the full experience, you know, as well as everybody else who loves the game, like me. And Jelly's not Ellie. If you notice, she's not soft at all. She's tough as fuck. So to see her like this is different, you know. She witnessed him die in front of her like that. That was her, like her father figure, you know. That was her dad, her adopted dad.
I want to stop at his house before we leave. We just have to pick something up.
So I'm going to explain everything as we walk around, okay? We're going to go back. We're going to look at Joel's grave one more time. All the people they lost, they managed to get proper burials. Something that never fucking happens at the end of the world. So, Ellie is from the first game. When she had first met Joel, she was being smuggled by a group called the Fireflies, right?
Now Maria's got the stable
So,
down.
Fucking Tommy. We'll figure something else out on the way.
So,
A car or a horse or something.
Okay.
So,
this makes getting to Seattle a lot harder.
Because they're trying to stop them from going to get revenge.
You can still change your mind, you know.
And this is Dina from the game. And if you notice,
Just don't want you to feel like you have to.
Ellie. You go. I go. End of story.
so I like the bond that Dina made with Joel in the show. She views him as like a father figure as well, or like an uncle. I really like that they put that spin on the show. That's one of the things I really did love about the show. You know, loved it. I thought that was a very good spin. That's not something that happens in the game. Because if you notice, Dina only knows him from the outside point of view, kind of like she knows of him because she knows Ellie. You know, that's how they live in at the end of the world. By the way, you just saw what was going on the outside versus the inside of their community. So make that shit make sense, right? So here's what I'm gonna tell you. The way that it goes is that Joel was a smuggler from the first game, right? And hold on, I'm actually gonna stop right here and I'm gonna explain it, right? So, and I'm just gonna put the emphasis on Ellie's face real quick. I don't know, cause you can see the emotional dread. Like there's anger in her face, then there's sadness, then there's what happened, then there's what am I gonna do? I can't wait to get the fuck out of here, right? The reason. Joel was a smuggler who lived in a quarantine zone, I believe in Denver or somewhere around the lines of that, right? I'm trying to remember exactly where the location of the first quarantine zone was, right? During the time, there was a civil war between the Fireflies and the military, aka Fedra, who was controlling the quarantine zone. But Fedra was rapidly losing control of the quarantine zone, and they were looking for an excuse to pull out, and they were rallying up the Fireflies to fight them and deal with them, so they would have an excuse to abandon the quarantine zone, leaving the people behind, and Fedra saving their own asses, aka the government, right? When this happened, Marlene, leader of the Fireflies, raised Ellie from when she was like a fucking baby. You know, and Marlene was a leader. She needed Ellie smuggled across the country to a Firefly base, I believe, fuck, I forgot where. It sucks that I don't remember where. But they had to travel across the entire country, dealing with hunters, dealing with cannibals, dealing with crazy motherfuckers, infected the whole nine. So eventually, over time, Tess, the girl that Joel was with during the time, which was his homegirl, was like killed, and she was infected, and Ellie was immune. When she got bit, when she was younger, long before she was smuggled by Marlene, she was supposed to die. Her and her first lover, which was a female, you know, because obviously we already know which way she swings now, right? Which a lot of people were pretty pissed off about this game about that, but that's a whole different story, right? And I'm not going to get into that right now, right? But what ended up happening was Marlene found out she was immune. Ellie told her, so Marlene wanted her smuggled across the way to a hospital to the last Firefly outpost in the country, so they can use her to reverse whatever her immunity was and create a vaccine, a cure to the virus, to what's going on, to the runners and the infected, like a cure to that shit, right? They finally get there, fucking barely by the skin of their teeth, dude. One of the hardest levels there. You had to go through this underground tunnel. They had bloaters, they had clickers, they had runners, they had stalkers, they had every single infected you can think of in the game down there. You get through, Fireflies find you. When you get there, Joe grew to love Ellie as his daughter during this time. When he was first smuggling her, he didn't give a fuck about her. You know, it was 20 years. He was a hunter long before that. I don't know if you know what hunters are. Hunters are like just people who just straight fucking kill you and take your shit. They'll just kill you and take your shoes, or they'll fucking force recruit you and they'll have you work for them type shit. Like they're just fucked up people. They're just looking to survive, even if it means killing everybody else that's not in their crew to survive. That's what they do. They'll fucking behead you, they'll kill you, they'll torture you. These motherfuckers are driving around in Philadelphia with a Humvee with a 50 cal on top, with a person tied to the front of the Humvee with no arms and legs as a fucking example. And then they had a fucking fence with like 15, 20 plus dudes with guard towers just chilling there. So anybody who ever had entered the city would be hunted down mercilessly by the hunters and killed. So they would never make it out. But Joel and Ellie, along with Sam and Henry, another group, older brother and a younger brother that they found. Sam and Henry never made it out. Henry got bit. And Sam, Sam was the younger boy. I think Henry was the older brother. So Henry's younger brother, Sam, got bit. He turned. Henry killed him. You know, had to kill his brother. Then he killed himself in front of them. Like a lot of crazy shit happened in the first game. Just as bad as the second game, right? They finally get there, dude. And what does Joel do? Fireflies tell him if he fucking does anything stupid, you shoot him, right? He's like, you did your mission. I know where your fucking guns are at. This hurts me more than it hurts you. This is what Marlene was telling him, the leader of the Fireflies, because she raised Ellie. But Fireflies were on the path to save humanity. That's when they were talking about Eugene earlier and Tommy, and it was like, oh, yo, Eugene was a Firefly like Tommy? Because Tommy served the Fireflies. They were a militia, military trained, like the actual military that, that the U.S. has, and they were fighting, and, to save the world and find a cure. And what does Joel do? Joel wipes out the very last fucking Firefly base, kills everybody, including the doctor, the only fucking doctor who had a possible cure for the vaccine, and then kidnapped Ellie, took her while she was unconscious. Then he killed Marlene. After he killed Marlene, dude, he took Ellie while she was unconscious, and when he was driving away, he had lied to Ellie and said that they had already found a cure, that they didn't need her anymore. She believed him. She lived out the rest of her days. Later in the game, you find out, in a sense, why she was treating him like shit, when at one point in time, in the very beginning of the game, from the beginning of the stream, you could see they were very close. So now we're up to speed. Abby comes through with her crew, kills Joel, most likely for things that he did in his past. And now, as we play through the game, you're going to find out the rest of why Abby did what she did. Obviously, everybody was kind of in the dark as to why the WLF came for him and killed him the way he did. But there it is. So that's the full story of the first game, bro. And you see she's got the anxiety because she doesn't want to accept that he's dead.
What do you need? I can go get it.
I want to do it.
Okay.
I'm okay. Come on.
I'll hang out down here.
Thanks.
You can look over here. Look, a drawing of Joel that Ellie made for him when she was younger. Yeah. So even though Joel ended up being this great guy at the very end of the game and caring for Ellie and pretty much being everybody's like favorite dad, ultimately it really just comes down to what he did in the past that caught up to him. Bro, thank you. Appreciate. Of course, bro. And I hope I explained that story as best as I could. I know it was kind of long-winded, but it was a lot that happened. And that's like the short story version. There's a lot fucking more that happens in the game in detail, but like to say the least, that is like the main gist of it. That is like the details you definitely need to know, right? Damn, bro. You know what I like about this game is how the facial expressions and how your character will do certain things based on the interaction of certain things. Here's an like of certain events or a certain traumatic experience. Here's an example. When Abby was maneuvering the cliffs earlier in the stream, you could see her face was absolutely terrified as she wouldn't stop looking down because she has an extreme fear of heights. Later in the game, you'll see how this comes into play, right? But ultimately, there's a lot. So Joe was also a big guitar maker. He knew how to make guitars and bring them forward. He found a new life away from his old life. His old life, he killed a lot of fucking people. Because here's something I forgot to mention. Before Ellie, thank you, bro. Yeah, and I've all the promises at sundown, I meant them like the rest. Oh, shit. Was Eugene in touch with other Fireflies? Did he hear about me and Joel? No, he would have said something. My mouth tastes like iron. Wounds break open as I sing. You know what? I'm just gonna. My mouth tastes like iron. Wounds break open as I scream or as I sing. She crossed it out, right? You were the soft twang of nylon, a smell of wood oil, fretful. Guitar strings with iron are brighter, but she crossed that out. See, I like how they even put the crossouts there to make it seem like she had to rethink what she was writing a few times. I love that narrative. That's why this game is a fucking masterpiece. Because it's little details like that that people will skim over and not really acknowledge. Well, I'm going to sit here and acknowledge it on my stream because people need to understand this is a certain level of stature the show was missing. Because ultimately, the title is what the show could work on as well, right? So little things like this will go. Guitar strings with iron twang sound brighter, but she says iron sound brighter. They mistook your resonance and left me with dissonance, but she crossed that out and left me with rust, which is also really fucking good. All I have is our last conversation, looping like a chord progression, harmonies in blood. WLF, Washington Liberation Front. Who are they? Tommy said her name was Abby. Turn page. All the promises at sundown, I meant them like the rest. So, you get to look in her diary, and each time the game progresses, she actually upgrades the logs. As you can see, he also chiseled and was a real big country guy. So you get to see the inside of Joel's life as he lived it based on how his house looks and what he's got going on. He's already made 4 guitars. The 5th one that's missing, he gave that to Ellie. And then this one, he was working on another one. Now, all of this is but a memory of him. Never being able to recreate, never being able to appreciate that he was embracing his work. He's gone forever. I know what that's like. I've been experiencing it quite a bit lately. So it is what it is. We're not going to get into that. Nobody needs to know about my personal life necessarily, right? But yeah, I get this feeling, you know? And that's his jacket. And that's his jacket, I think, in the first game, I think he wore this jacket. It still has his scent. So she remembers that. There's his old bag from the first game. They lived good in the end of the world, you know, but right here, Now, this has a backstory of its own. If you look at this, right? This is Sarah. She's from the very first game. Joel, this is Joel when he was younger. He was alive when the outbreak first went down, dude. Very first time it went down. This was his real daughter, Sarah, who was killed by a military guy who tried to put them out to prevent the spread of infection because the government was panicking, didn't know how to contain this pandemic. And she died in his arms, bleeding. Like, died right in his arms, bleeding, gasping for coughing up blood, gasping. Couldn't even formulate any last words because she was in so much agony after getting shot, and then she just died. That's why Joel became like the man he was, killing people, going out. Survival, didn't give a fuck about the world or anybody in it. So Joel been through a lot too. That's why he was this bad person, because he lost her terribly. And if you look over here, look. That's Ellie when she was younger. That's Joel, and he's showing her the horses, you know, putting her on to the things that he was showing Sarah. And she ended up becoming basically the second Sarah. Necessarily, he told her, like, you know, she can never replace Sarah, but he accepts her as, like, another daughter of his. That's why he killed all the Fireflies in the hospital. That's why he rescued her. That's why he kept her alive, because he loved and cared for her the same way he loved and cared for Sarah. And that broken watch you see right there was the watch he gave Sarah. And the day that she died was the day time stopped. Crazy how how the story writers put so much metaphor into this. But if you look closely, you can see it says, well, it was the same night that she died, but the watch wasn't already working when she gave it to him. She says, oh, haha, but she tried to get him a gift. And if you look at the timing, I think it says 2:30 was when the watch officially stopped working. 2:30 on the dot. Oh, no. I got that all fucked up. 2:15. Sorry. 2:15 was when shit went down. You know what I mean? That's his bloody pants when he died. And that was his gun. She gonna take that shit with her. See what I'm saying? You can see the details of it. You can see how it looks. I love the graphics in this game. She gonna take that shit with her. Hell yeah, I'll take that shit too. I'm gonna be blasting on these boys.
Can you come down here?
Everything okay?
Yeah, it's just come on down.
And there's Maria. Maria's the leader of the Cobra Sack, and then there's Tommy, who is also the co-leader.
I wish I could let it go, but I can't.
That's Tommy's letter.
I have to bring these people to justice. Ellie's gonna try to come after me, but stop her. Take her guns, lock up the horses, maybe lock her up. Buy me some time so I can end this. Love you always, Tommy. He's gonna get himself killed.
He should have taken me with him. You should have given us a group to go after those fuckers.
I wish I could.
You gonna try to lock me up?
I'd prefer that you stay.
That's not gonna fucking
I
happen.
prefer that you stay, but I know you better. You going with her?
Yeah.
So you're just gonna sneak out of here?
Yeah.
On foot?
Yeah.
So I know right now everybody is fucking hating Abby. You know? And I won't lie, I don't fucking hate her. In the beginning, before I found out everything about her story, I fucking hated her at one point too. I was like, I'm gonna make all those motherfuckers who killed Joel and fucked up Tommy pay, right? But when I found out the reasoning behind it, I couldn't help but take Abby's side at that moment. And I swear, bro, when you see, like, how this story ends and throughout the story and everything that's going on,
You're losing light.
guess what? she's letting him go so we can bring Tommy back. If Tommy wouldn't have left, she wouldn't have let us go. But Tommy's like an emotional guy. When he feels an emotion strongly, he just acts on it. I'm going to let you know now. Tommy is a super nice fucking dude, and in that scene when Abby and them boys fucked him up, he looked like a pussy. But I'm gonna tell you right fucking now, Tommy is a G. He does not play no games. He has former Firefly training, which is military training. He's been doing it for years, and he was a hunter just like Joel beforehand. The reason him and Joel went their separate ways was because Tommy wanted to live life better. Tommy didn't want to keep killing people and fucking people over, and Joel was like, well, fuck you, I'm gonna keep doing me. And that's kind of, they separated. Tommy and Maria ended up meeting, got together. He helped build that community in Jackson, and then it kind of went from there. You know what I mean?
How old were you?
14. How old were you when you first killed someone?
We talking infected?
No. Fully conscious, non-fungal person.
10?
Wow. What happened?
Guy was coming at my mom. I stabbed him.
Shit. You got me beat.
Now we're in Seattle.
I'm a real badass.
We traveled across the country to get here.
So how lost are we?
Not.
Uh-huh.
Hey, have a little faith.
What about those crazy cannibals you said you and Joel ran into?
Yup, remember I told you about the cannibals?
They came back to you guys once. Maybe these WLFs are connected to them.
No. It didn't seem like the same group.
Maybe those black market smugglers back in Boston?
Do not. Joel crossed a lot of people. I don't see the point in guessing.
Yup, okay. He did cross a lot of people.
Until we find out more.
I told you he wasn't a good person. He was a very terrible person throughout his 20 years, up until he met Ellie. And Ellie made him a good person again. She made him a better person. She gave him a reason to be better than he was. Because she gave him purpose again to do better.
Cars. Yeah, I'm getting close. Start keeping an eye out. Got it.
Remember, this is 24 years after the infection. What used to be street lights and shit, now we got forest and all this other shit going down. 24, 25 years, something like it's been a minute. It's been a fucking minute, you know, since everything. So now we're riding through and we're trying to get to where we need to get to. And there's the road.
Guess I was wrong. Turns
Look at
out
the highways.
you know where you're going.
See, highways and everything. They had a map. Whatever. Now they made it. So we're going to get to where we need to get to. We're going to get to WLF and see what the fuck's going on with them. There was a small group that came after us, so we need to see what kind of threat we're dealing with in this group. Are we dealing with a well-organized group? Or are we dealing with a small group? What's up, right?
Stay with Shimmer.
Yeah.
Alright, we're going to clear the room again. Check behind the door. Okay, we're good. We're going to clear the next room. Alright, we're good on that. Tomo is like, holy shit, it's a whole movie right now. There it is. The map. Give me that shit. That map's gonna come in handy later. So we got everything we need.
Found an old tourist map.
Well, that's something.
It's better than nothing. We're gonna work our way down. Across the way, and we're gonna keep going.
Sure seems quiet.
Yeah. Think about how well we hide our lookouts.
I know. That's what scares me.
Yeah, you heard what she said, right? She said, think about how well we hide our lookouts. That says a lot already about what they could possibly be facing. You get what I'm saying? Make sure we're looking around. Alright, look.
Whoa. Is that the QZ?
WLF.
Watch the high spots.
WLF. Trespassers killed on sight. That's friendly.
You heard what that? You see what that says?
Place.
Where is everyone?
Trespassers killed on
They put up
sight.
this sign. Means there's gotta be a way in.
Fedra. Got fucking cooked. Fedra agents are dead, which is a former government.
Looks like there's some cracks up there. In the wall, up above.
Damn it. Alright, we're gonna try to hightail it through here quick. A lot of this part is climbing and doing weird shit. And I kind of remember this, so... There we go. Stages of infection. Infection, stage 1. Cordyceps to take on our victor's motor functions. Fast and agile. Stage 1 infected usually travel in packs. Do not let them swarm you. Infected, stage 2. These are the worst ones. These are called stalkers. Use environment to hide and ambush victims. Will frequently flank and attack from behind. Approach with caution. Check your surroundings. Infected, stage 3. This is clickers. Completely blind, acute hearing, uses echolocation to seek out prey, keep our distance. Stage 3 infected are known for their ferocious attacks and are extremely lethal, which is true. Infected, stage 4. Rare but dangerous. Evolution of stage 3 infected. Incredibly strong and capable of throwing acidic projectiles. Do not engage unless absolutely necessary. That is a bloater. So they already knew the stages of infection. Held up for a while if they had full pictures of what bloaters and clickers and stalkers were. Meaning this zone has been under fucking siege by the infected for a long time. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what that highlights in that timeline.
Anything good in there?
Pretty
fucking A. Yeah, it is. This is, I believe, the codes. When you get to the gate, look for a soldier named Kieran. Tell him I sent you, and then give him the kilo and he'll get you inside the wall. Good luck. Nice. Nice. So people were getting inside, and they were doing drug transactions with military personnel, guards, shit like that. Alright, so we're going to have to go inside here. Before that, though, we need gate codes. And I remember the gate codes are around here somewhere. I think it's on the other side. So I know where to go already. We're gonna go up here. Now we're gonna go in here first. There we go. We grab that. And then it's right outside here. I believe there's an area we can scale over the cages.
Holding cells. Soldiers had them in Boston too.
That's what it was. That's where they came from. Joel was in a quarantine zone in Boston.
Dina, hey, help me up here.
There you go.
I'll keep an eye out. Just see if you can get the gate open from the other side.
Yep.
Sounds good.
So remember, now we're in Abby's fucking home turf now. You know what I mean? So anything could happen. We're like deep in enemy territory, or we're about to be. Fuck that, bro. I'm so scared of heights. I would not be able to do this shit. All right. Fucking A, dude.
Ellie? I'm good. Just almost died.
All right.
Where are these fuckers?
Yo, Tomoe, how you liking this shit, bro? You fucking with it? All right, we're gonna move through here now. I'll grab that. We're gonna unlock that so we're not climbing through windows. We're gonna use our flashlight. There we go. This is important to get. These are the gate codes.
Okay. Wonder when this was written.
Got a big operation coming up, and Isaac wants us to scavenge any remaining supplies from downtown. Take any gas from the courthouse garage, the dome, and take them to the safe house in the Saravina base. Or Saravina base.
That's something.
So based on what was said on that note, there's a possible base out there. So now, she's out to kill the WLF. She's out to fuck people up. So it's like a hunting mission. She's really looking for Abby, but...
That's a generator.
Yep, no fuel, I bet. No way. Okay, awesome. Let's throw that shit over. Oh, getting tangled in wires. Bink. There's the gate. Give me that brick, actually. Yeah, we're gonna take that with us, just in case, right?
Hey, everything okay? What was that sound?
I got that gate open. Gotta figure out this one now.
Well, we believe in you.
Thanks.
Alright. We need to fucking figure out a code to get that door open. Once we do, we can bring our horses in and we'll go from there, right? So... the only way I really see this working out for us, we're going to check this other building. These are the codes right here. We're going to check to see if we can make anything. I'm thinking... because medkit's good, man, but I rarely ever get hurt, so I'm not going to lie. I'm thinking that Molotov is probably where it's at. I usually am really careful with my engagements. I try not to get reckless, so... it's gonna happen that we will get reckless. It's gonna happen, but can't let that stop us, right? This right here is a plug that we're gonna need, right? So the best thing to do, I guess, would be to unplug this. And then throw this over there. See if it'll reach. Fuck. I like the little detail how she's like taking a rope and making it like closer, right? There we go. I'm pretty sure it'll reach now. There we go.
Whew. Okay.
Of course not. They're not gonna make it easy. Oh yeah, hold on. Main gate, right? So we'll have to go back in our notes. We're going to checkpoint gate codes. We gotta see what the main gate was. 0512. Alright, let's keep that memorized. 0512.
Yes.
There it is.
Well done.
Shit.
Hey, come on. Let's get out of here. That crash was pretty loud.
Oh yeah, it was. Let's go. Alright, let's go.
Now what?
I found a note back there. Had some codes on it. Says there's a WLF.
I feel like there's
safe
something
house
up
at
there.
someplace
I don't know
called
why. I
Saravina.
feel like we shouldn't even move on yet.
Saravina. So we find it?
Hopefully we find our first WLF. Get them to talk. Go from there.
Let's do it.
Tell you, bro, I'm a fucking scavenging heathen. On God. I am a scavenging heathen. Look at that. Look at that. Ooh, ooh. What would have happened if I would have left and never came up here, bro? See what I'm saying? Dude, exploration in this game will reward you. It will reward you. You could be overpowered early if you know how to explore early game.
Oh shit, look.
Saravina Hotel. There it is.
Saravina Hotel.
But that's gotta be it. Okay. Let's find a way past this.
As you guys can see, it says fuck Fedro,
Fedra
WLF.
Very
So the thing
creative.
is, there are zones where people rebelled against
take a closer
Fedra because of the
inspect.
control and everything. And hostile takeovers ended up happening. Very similar to what happened here with Fedra. There was a lot going down and got to the point where it started to become a war zone in some places. So now we're going to see what's going on here. Look at this shit. June admitted 20, denied 5, expelled 10. July 17, denied, expelled 11. So expelled means dead. Continued WLF disruption of our supply lines, in addition to infected attacks and spore infestations, meaning we are still unable to meet weekly food distribution quotas. Keep the city gates sealed to new entrants until further notice to ease the burden on the food stock. Step up your sweeps for criminals and expel them. All Class 2 crimes now qualify for expulsion. We're running out of time. Lieutenant Torres.
Idiots. Just
So-
turning everyone against you.
Dude, so expulsion, what that basically means is anybody, it could be as simple as, hey, I stole this piece of candy from this dude. Okay, we're going to shoot you in your head. We're just going to shoot you in your head and you're dead. That's what expulsion meant. They're going to fuck you up. They're going to make you feel it. They're going to kill you and your people and whoever they thought was a criminal because they couldn't do their food supplies because of
The
disruption.
note I found has a bunch of them.
Hold on, what gate is this?
We need to
East
get
2?
power to the gate
Gate East
first.
2. We need power to the gate first, huh? Okay. And where the hell are we gonna get power for the gate for? Maybe over here? Maybe climb this truck? Jump over the fence? No. Doesn't seem like it. Oh, now we're about to get lost. Bus is too far. Not seeing every angles or anything where it needs to be, so... Fedra gates, got C-wire over the top. Damn. We're gonna follow this wire. What's the generator right here? Corroded, but should work, I would hope.
Okay, here we go.
No gas.
It's out of gas.
God damn it. Well, what do we do now?
Oh, shit. The note.
What?
The note mentioned that there's gas in the courthouse garage and the dome.
All right. Courthouse garage and the dome. So what's the plan for finding these places?
We ride around and see what we see.
You think Tommy came through here?
He did. So...
Welcome to Seattle. Look at this shit.
Pretty sure we're here. Ah, nice. I'll mark it up as we go.
Okay. Fuck Fedra Gate. That's hilarious.
What the hell happened out here? I'm guessing the military bombed the shit out of this place.
Why would they do that?
They sometimes destroy parts of the city that were lost to the infected. Or to rebels.
Yep, or to rebels.
Well, it usually worked.
On the infected or the rebels?
Both.
Shit.
Believe me. You're lucky you didn't grow up in a QZ.
I'm starting to get that impression. Ration distribution center.
In Boston, we'd line up for blocks. And the food sucked.
I'd go crazy.
Well, some people did.
She grew up in a QZ in a quarantine zone, so that's why she's a little hardcore as it is.
You were talking about something?
Sure. So, I'm starting to get that impression.
What would have happened if I'd stayed? I'd probably just become one more asshole soldier.
No way. I can't see you taking orders from anybody.
Yeah, good point.
I gotta say, I was expecting the Seattle QZ to be a lot more occupied.
Yeah. Maybe they're all hiding at the Saravina.
How many WLF do you think there are anyway?
Well, at least 8.
If we're lucky, that'll be
Dude, got revolver ammo.
We should stay alert. Stock up while we can.
You guys see it? Joel's revolver.
Where you going?
There's something back here.
Ooh, safe. It says use gate code. Which gate code, though? That's the question, right? Let me try 5345. Better get down to 15. I just want to see if it's gonna work. Nope. Well, it's funny we said that at the same time, Jinx. We gotta hit the gate. All right. Let's see. 0512. So 05. Damn.
And denied.
Damn. North 01382. Let's try that one. Let me see where I'm at first. Gate West 2. Okay. Oh, it says it right above. I'm a fucking idiot. I'm an idiot. Look. That's why you gotta have perception, right? But I didn't even see that. Yep. 5345. That's how we're gonna get this safe open. That's the code. 5345. So let's see. What? Bro, it definitely said 5345. Look, it says main gate west 2, right? Oh, 0451. I'm such an idiot. I checked that how many times? Boom, it's open.
Oh shit.
Dude, look at that. Jackpot.
That was some good scavenging.
Ooh. Olga Kuznetsova. That's pretty catchy name. Graduating at the top of her class from prominent sci-tech university, Olga Kuznetsova was recruited by the Russian government to further their research into dark energy. Fearing the tech would be used for war, her attempt to sabotage their experiments resulted in her cautious fusing with water vapor. Now she is able to channel her soul into any body of water and conjure objects in any form of water so long as there's moisture in the air. Oh shit. She's basically a fucking waterbender. Yeah, she a waterbender. Straight up. Alright, let's go.
Ellie, I think Shimmer's getting sick.
What? How can you tell?
She sounds a little hoarse.
Oh, boy.
Come on, that was a good one.
Nah, I already know where I gotta go.
Hey, that building's got something on top I'd call dome-like.
fuel distribution. Here we go.
Fedra secured the shit out of this place.
Boston always had food shortages. Hungry people get desperate.
Oh shit.
Rad.
It's a bomb. We got fresh intel. There's an active WLF hideout on Spring and 5th. Grab any available soldiers in your sector and head to the hideout ASAP. Execute any suspect, secure the location, and wait my arrival. Sergeant Ward. Seems like this Sergeant Ward guy was fucking really out here trying to crush this rebellion that was going on with, I'm only going to assume the WLF, right? So, a lot going on with that. A lot of unfinished business between those guys and a few others.
Spring and 5th.
And we just keep updating the map. All right.
Jotting this down.
Dude, look at this. No way. Really? That's so good. I guess we're probably going to go for the extra magazine capacity because, as I had said, more ammo the better, right? There we go. All right, dudes. So listen, I gotta go and work later, right? So we're gonna save the game, and we are going to. I'm gonna save the game, and we are going to definitely get back to it.
That's everything over here.
Oh shit!
What have you got there?
Wait, hold on. Colin, I heard another rumor that the Westlake Bank has never been searched. If that's true, then it would be filled with more pre-outbreak supplies. I say we go for it. There are enough weapons in there. I know some guys that we could trade with for a safe passage out of this hellhole. Come on, man. I don't have the balls to go in there by myself. Aaron. That area must be bad news. And then they had the scanner, too. Look. Broken now.
Haven't seen one of these in a while.
Alright, bros, dudes, women, whoever's gonna watch my stream. Thank you guys for popping in. This game is fantastic, but I'm gonna be heading out. Y'all have a good night, good day, good evening, whatever time it is. And I'll see y'all around. Peace out. Army Wolf Gaming, you like the content? Please like and sub. See you guys soon.